Before 2013, I don't think I had ever seen a game take over the world quite like GTA 5 did. With endless media coverage, thousands of people lining up for a midnight release, and a product that made over $1 billion in its first 3 days. The world was going absolutely crazy for GTA 5 at the time. But like many of you watching, I was pretty young when GTA 5 came out. I was 14 years old. And as much as I'd like to, I don't really remember the first time I played through GTA 5. It had been years since I'd played through GTA 5's story. But for today's video, I played through it again, attempting to really understand what was going on. This time as an adult, to see if this game really did live up to the hype. And what I found wasn't the game that I remembered. This story isn't just one about killing cops and having fun. This is a story about materialism, aspiration, and a whole lot of Hollywood. But most importantly, it's about finding what really matters in life, and how for most of our story in GTA 5, our three main protagonists don't really know what that is. So strap in, this is gonna be a long one. Let's take a look back and attempt to understand Grand Theft Auto 5. The game starts 9 years ago in Ludendorff, North Yankton, where we play as a group of bank robbers, of course, taking a heist. Which not only starts the game off with a bang and a really fun mission, but also introduces one of the core themes of the entire game: money. While money has always been a pretty big part of previous GTA games, it's never been more important than GTA 5. Sure, we've done heists before as Niko, and money was very important when we were playing as Tommy Vercetti and CJ, but not like this. Hell, even look at the logo in Grand Theft Auto 5. The 5 is the color of money. In the prologue, we're with a group of 3 bank robbers: Michael, Trevor, and Brad. We'd seen Michael and Trevor on the box art and the trailers before, but we've never seen this Brad character, and we can't play as him, so there's a good chance something's gonna happen to him very soon. The dialogue in the prologue is kind of genius, and really sets up the character's motivations for the rest of the game. After stealing money from the vault, we get a couple of lines of dialogue here that no one understood the importance of at the time.
There's enough here for us all to enjoy.
Depends on how you look at it.
Trevor is ecstatic with how much money the group just took, saying there's enough for everyone to enjoy. But Michael, on the other hand, said it depends on how you look at it, which could have multiple meanings. After exiting the vault, Michael gets taken by a security guard, and Trevor doesn't even hesitate to kill the security guard if it means saving his friend.
It'll...
You didn't have to do that!
Let's get going! There'll be time for grieving later!
Yeah, you got that right.
The group make their way through a shootout with police to their getaway driver who's waiting for them, when Brad says this.
Woo! Did you see that shit? Fucking put that bitch's face against the glass. Did you see that? Yeah, you're a real stout.
This makes it pretty clear that all of our characters are bad guys, but Brad, he takes a little bit of joy in actually hurting the hostages. And Michael clearly wasn't very impressed. The group start heading towards their evac chopper when coincidentally, the getaway vehicle gets hit by the train. The 3 then have to take it on foot to the chopper, with Trevor wanting to take a different route, but Michael being very adamant that he wants to stick to the plan.
Go this way to the chopper.
No! Hey! Stick to the plan!
What?
Stick to the fucking plan! Come on!
The crew ends up walking right down the middle of the road, straight into the fire of a police officer who is waiting for them with a sniper.
Where the fuck's the chopper? Fuck. I'm gonna check around back. Ah!
Brad immediately gets shot, and while Trevor takes cover, Michael continues to look around, perfectly exposing his body to the sniper who just shot Brad. Dying on the ground, Michael tells Trevor to leave him,
T, you gotta get out of here!
I'm gonna leave you, Mikey!
Go!
but Trevor stays until the last possible moment, even getting in a shootout with police in an attempt to save his friends.
Oh! Fucking die! All of you!
Eventually, he gets overrun though, and escapes into the wilderness of North Yankton.
You! Hey! Where's the chopper? Fucking stay back! You come near me, she's fucking dead! Stay back! Go! Go!
After our fade to black, we see Michael's funeral, except for the fact that we see the police officer who shot him, as well as Michael himself hiding on the other side of the fence, revealing that the entire thing was a setup, and that Michael and this mysterious police officer had just tried to get the entire crew killed. As for why Michael did this though, well, we'll have to figure that out as the story goes on.
Your son, James. He's a good kid.
He's a good kid? A good kid? Why? Does he help the fucking poor? No. He sits on his ass all day, smoking dope and jerking off while he plays that fucking game. If that's our standard for goodness, no wonder this country's screwed.
In Mission 2, we flash forward to the current day, where Michael, clearly judging by his attire, is a wealthy man now. But despite the money, we find him in the office of a shrink, venting all of his frustrations. But when his shrink, Dr. Friedlander, asks Michael where all of these opportunities actually got him, Michael's response is very telling.
I ran whores, I smuggled dope.
And you consider them achievements.
These were the opportunities I had. At least I took them.
And where did these opportunities get you, Michael?
They got me right fucking here. The end of the road. With a big house and a useless kid, and I'm stuck talking to you because no one else gives a shit. Oh, I'm living a dream, baby. And that dream is fucked. It is fucking fucked.
Despite being incredibly rich, Michael still isn't fulfilled. His kids have turned out to be disappointments. He's not in a loving relationship. And he's stuck talking to a shrink who will only listen to him if he pays him. Now that's the American dream. Los Santos, Rockstar's fictional parody of Los Angeles. The city of angels, the city of dreams. In real life, this is the city everyone goes to if they want to make it. It's where Hollywood is, or Vinewood in GTA 5, Beverly Hills or Rockford Hills. Overwhelmingly known as one of the most materialistic places in the entire world, Rockstar's choice for the setting of GTA 5 was no coincidence. And for the rest of the game, these themes will be heavily discussed. But for now, let's just enjoy the music.
I know just how you feel.
Man, shit gotta be around here somewhere.
Unless they buried it under the
Meet Franklin, our third main protagonist, and his friend Lamar. Now, of course, in this cutscene we get the funny interaction of Michael and Franklin interacting with each other without knowing who each other are yet, but this cutscene actually dives deep into the motivations of both Lamar and Franklin and how they're completely different. In Franklin's eyes, they're about to boost some cars, and you can tell Franklin doesn't really feel great about doing that. Franklin sees this as a stepping stone in him getting to where he actually wants to be.
skywriting that reads there's a couple niggas here about to boost some cars in case somebody didn't realize.
See, what you don't realize is that we ain't boosting. This shit is legit business.
Lamar, on the other hand, he's content. He says he's only here because of Franklin in the first place. He's getting his money in the hood already. He's cool. But Franklin, he wants more.
But I'm straight, fool. I'm cool.
You cool? Cool what? Slinging dope and throwing up gang signs? Yeah, right.
Whatever, homie.
Here we're met with one of the most difficult decisions in the entire game. The red car or the white car. And we're tasked with racing Lamar back to Simeon's dealership. During the race, we're introduced to a bunch of the world of Los Santos, but also Franklin's special ability, which is a first for the series. Franklin has the ability to slow down time in his car while maintaining amazing handling, giving him a massive upper hand in any sort of race. Overall, the reception to the special abilities was okay, and judging from what we've seen from Red Dead 2, as well as the little snippets of GTA 6 so far, it seems like Rockstar will be bringing some sort of abilities back in the future. But as for now, we have to win this race against Lamar.
Fuck you get in front of me.
Your slow ass should be asking. What you going slow up the road for, dog? Move over so the traffic can flow through.
Whatever, nigga. I'll let something flow through your ass.
Dog, I ain't too sure that joke works, dog.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit, the one time.
Be cool, fool. We got the paperwork.
Whatever, you explain that shit. I'll see you at the dealership.
Explain that shit my ass.
Rockstar uses this race with Franklin and Lamar as a way to introduce us not only to the world of Los Santos, but also the new police system. And it starts us off with a pretty easy 2-star wanted level. GTA 5's wanted system is way different to GTA 4. In GTA 4, you only needed to escape a certain area on the map, and after you got out of there, the police would lose your location. In GTA 5 though, the police are a lot more persistent, so instead of just driving away like in GTA 4, in GTA 5, you need to not only run away, but also hide, use back alleys to your advantage, and lay low until your wanted level disappears. And speaking of GTA 4, this intro mission with Franklin and Lamar also gives us a chance to test out the new driving physics in GTA 5. While we did drive in the prologue for a little bit, the second mission puts us right behind the wheel of a sports car, which lets us, the player, experience how much more responsive and quick the driving is in GTA 5 compared to GTA 4. GTA 4's driving physics are a massive point of contention, with a massive chunk of GTA fans thinking GTA 4's driving was better, and another massive part of the player base saying GTA 4 was too slow, too weighty, and too heavy. One thing is clear though, after this first mission, it's easy to tell this game feels completely different to its predecessor. After escaping the police, we head back to Simeon's dealership with the cars, and we get to meet who Franklin and Lamar are really working for. In our first interaction with Simeon, we can see that he's a pretty slimy salesman.
All the same, you're disgusting.
This racist insulted me.
Hey, what's up, fool? Who you calling a nigga?
No, I'm not calling nobody a nigga.
Wait, what the fuck?
I mean, N-word. That's not cool, man. I don't say that.
But seriously, maybe he's not a racist. But I don't think that he is man enough for a car like this.
Wait a second.
This guy right here, him? Get him a hybrid. That's a real man's car.
I think you are right, Lamar. You get a tax rebate. I understand. Money is an issue, eh?
Money isn't an issue.
As soon as we meet him, Simeon's working this young kid named Jimmy, manipulating him into buying a car with repayments he probably can't afford. Jimmy said money isn't an issue though, but Franklin heads out before we see the end of the deal. Franklin and Lamar head home, where we learn that Franklin still lives with his auntie Denise, and where we get one of the most iconic cutscenes in the entire game.
What's up? Can a low come up in your crib?
Man, fuck you. I'll see you at work.
Oh, nigga, don't hate me because I'm beautiful, nigga. Maybe if you got rid of that old yee-yee ass haircut you got, you get some bitches on your dick. Oh, better yet, maybe Tanisha will call your dog ass if she ever stop fucking with that brain surgeon and lawyer she fucking with.
While the cutscene is obviously hilarious, it actually gives us a fair bit of insight into Franklin's motivation as well. Lamar lets us know that Franklin used to be dating a girl named Tanisha, but she's started dating a brain surgeon or lawyer. Basically, she left Franklin for someone who's doing better, for someone that can provide her with more, which is the main reason Franklin feels a bit of shame doing what he's doing, repossessing cars, and for now will act as his main motivation for aspiring to do more.
That ain't fair.
But T, baby, I'm just trying to tell you I care about you.
You care about yourself. I need someone real in my life. We wasted years on this bullshit and you still the same. I want a family. I need some security in my life. Goodbye, Franklin.
Mission 3, Repossession, has Franklin and Lamar doing some more of Simeon's dirty work, repossessing yet another vehicle. Franklin arrives at Simeon's dealership, where Simeon tells him that he just won Employee of the Month.
Announce to you that you are Employee of the Month.
But this doesn't mean much to Franklin. Franklin tells Simeon that he's sick of working for other people without anything changing for him, and that he wants to move forward with his life.
Man, it's been a real honor, homie. But I gotta move forward in my life. It seems like all I do is let people tell me what to do and I do it and nothing changes.
I tell you what, my boy. You tell me exactly what you want, and I will very carefully explain to you why it cannot be.
What?
Simeon tasks Franklin and Lamar with repossessing a bike from a member of the Bargos gang. And this goes about as well as you'd expect.
Hola, amigos.
Hola, S.A.
We saw you trying to creep up in here, man.
Yeah? You saw this motherfucker?
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit!
Vamos.
The two get in a shootout with the Bargos, Lamar dies,
Yeah, barely, homie. Shit, we got...
just kidding, that was my bad. Try that again. Franklin kills the owner of the bike, which wasn't part of Simeon's plan. As a result, Lamar decides he's gonna keep the bike for himself and tells Franklin to tell Simeon that they couldn't repo it.
Can't repo the assets of a dead man, big sitting cheap asshole.
Nigga, and we ain't going to neither, nigga. I'm gonna keep this motherfucker for myself. Tell Simeon we couldn't recover.
You fucking tell him, you fucking moron.
In Mission 4, Complications, Simeon sends Franklin out to repo an SUV from James DeSanta, the kid who was in Simeon's dealership just a few days earlier, claiming that he's already behind on his payments.
James DeSanta, some kid. He is already late on his payments, and I have this bad feeling that he will do more damage to the car than we can get back from him in the exorbitant interest rate payments, huh? Just go and get it.
Franklin agrees, but on the drive over to James's house, Simeon calls Franklin to let him know that he knows they stole the bike. Simeon calls Franklin a thief and says they'll talk after he gets this car back to the dealership.
Hey, did you change your mind?
When I discover that you betray me, perhaps. I hear you took the bike for yourself, my employee of the month.
Listen, man, me and Lamar was gonna get that back to you, dawg.
Oh, I am sure. You will get this car off the daddy's boy, and then we talk.
Man, it's never easy with you, is it, Simeon?
Do not talk to me about easy, you thief.
So of course, with some pressure, Franklin sneaks into the house and steals the SUV. Franklin starts heading back towards Simeon, but it all seemed a little bit too easy.
That's a 9mm semi-automatic pushed against your skull. Don't look around. You just keep driving where you're going.
Hey, come on, man. This was a repo job. Guy was behind on his fucking note.
Unlikely, considering my son just got the car. And looking at the way you're going about this, my guess, you're working a credit fraud.
Credit fraud? Be serious, dude. I just worked the fucking repo.
I appreciate a kid who follows orders without taking responsibility.
See, Jimmy DeSanta just got the car a couple of days ago. There's no possible way he could be behind on payments already. And after Franklin assures Michael that he's not the one scamming anyone, he's just the guy doing the repos, Michael tells Franklin that maybe someday he'll sit down and have a beer with him and explain how the world really works. But for now, he wants to have a chat with Simeon.
That the place?
Yeah, this the place, man.
Whoa. Drive into it. Right through the fucking window. And fast. Or I'll put 2 rounds in the back of your skull and do it myself.
Man, you can't be for real.
I look like a fucking joke to you.
Man, fuck my life, man. Fuck.
Ram it already.
Oh, shit!
Franklin! What the fuck are you doing?
Mr. Simeon, it's not exactly how it looks.
I always trump big for a job well done. Now get out of here, kid.
You motherfucker!
After a short fistfight, Simeon tells Michael that Jimmy signed the contract for $5,000 a month, but Michael makes sure Simeon voids the deal.
This thing's gonna need some serious bodywork before it's worth $5,000 a month.
I agree to financing. I have his signature.
Yeah, did he agree to have some punk break into my fucking house?
I don't know.
That kid might be a fucking idiot, but you are a fraudulent scumbag piece of shit. Ugh. Don't make me have to come back here.
You're such a fucking dictator! Why the fuck not? He is not staying the night. He's a bomb. I don't even...
In the next mission, Father-Son, we get our first look at Michael's house from Michael's perspective. And it's no surprise that we see Michael trying to escape from a fight that his wife Amanda and his daughter Tracy are having in the kitchen. Instead of intervening, we see Michael trying to escape by listening to music and having a smoke by the pool. That is, until Franklin, who is now out of a job thanks to Michael, shows up asking for work.
And I come by for that drink you offered, that's all.
I wasn't really serious about that.
What?
You're here, whatever. Sit. You're not gonna rob me again.
One of the more interesting parts of this cutscene is that Franklin thinks Michael is too young to be retired. But from Michael's perspective, surviving is winning, and he's just happy that he made it out alive.
Look, I'm retired.
Ain't you a bit young for the pipe, slippers, and staring at a fucking sunset?
You know, I've been in this game for a lot of years, and I got out alive. That makes me the right age. You look like a good kid. But if you want my advice, you give this shit up. You work hard, screw over everybody that you love. Hurt, rob, kill indiscriminately, and maybe, just maybe if you're lucky, you become a 3-bit gangster. It's bullshit. Go to college. Then you're gonna rip people off and get paid for it. It's called capitalism.
So what I saw the other day was like when a corpse briefly reanimates itself and terrorizes everyone, right?
What you saw the other day was a guy dealing with pests.
I guess I never saw myself as just a fucking pest.
Well, and today's lesson's all about humility. Tomorrow we'll try a training montage.
A training what?
Nothing. I was just lost in an 80s movie fantasy.
Yeah, I can see you spend a lot of time there.
As much as I can.
So that's why you here in Vinewood then, right?
Maybe I'm here because I'm just an idiot who thinks that imported palm trees are a good substitute for not really knowing what the fuck you're doing on this earth.
See, Michael knows he has no purpose at this point. He's happy he made it out alive, but he's struggling with figuring out what to do next.
Least I can do is buy you that beer.
And as we'll see throughout this mission and the rest of the story, Michael is frustrated that his purpose isn't coming from his family. He wants to have good kids, he wants to be a good dad. But right now, his family life isn't great.
Hey, Jim. I'm going for a drink.
Dad! Shit! I'm in our boat going down the Western Highway! It's been stolen!
What? The yacht's been stolen?
I was trying to sell it. I know you didn't want it sold, but I need money, and they don't want to buy it, they just want to take it. I'm hiding in the head.
You're insane! All right, I'm coming. For my boat!
It's at this point we find out Jimmy is trying to sell his dad's boat because he needs money. He didn't ask Michael for permission, he just kinda did it. And as we heard in that phone call there, Michael's response was that he's gonna come and save Jimmy, but not because he wants to save Jimmy, because he wants his boat back. Which, as we learn about Michael throughout the game, that's not entirely true. Michael isn't just going to get his boat. He cares about his son, and he loves him. But he has a really hard time expressing that.
Little shit's been hijacked. They're somewhere on the Western Highway.
Man, ain't you worried?
About my boat? Yeah, I am.
But you can always buy another boat.
Yeah, tell my accountant that.
Man, you can always get credit for one.
What, have you come repo it? No, thank you.
All right, homie.
I ain't your homie. I'm someone you want to impress.
Really? Man, I thought you was retired. Why the fuck do I want to impress some slipper-wearing motherfucker?
Because I can still teach you a thing or two.
With Franklin being in the right place at the right time, Michael of course asks him to come along and help get his boat back. Sort of like a job interview. But Franklin questions him on this. Isn't Michael retired? Why would Franklin need to do this? Well, despite Michael's best efforts to hide it, there's a part of Michael that loves this sort of thing. And with his search for purpose, he hasn't completely ruled out the possibility of returning to the crime game. All he needs is a little bit of a nudge. That nudge may or may not come very shortly.
Get under him, man! Let him drop you! What the fuck is wrong with you, kid? Dad! Don't dad me, you little shit! All fucking board? Let's stop this ship from sailing.
You've made me an accessory to manslaughter! Now that doesn't sound good.
Hey, that's the engine, man. We ain't taking shit in this thing.
Despite Michael and Franklin's best efforts, they couldn't get his boat back. And after Jimmy and Michael share their frustrations with each other, Michael thanks Franklin for his help and tells him to come back to his house and they'll talk.
My boat.
It's just a thing.
My boat.
Please stop doing that. Listen, I fucked up, okay? I'm not going to lie, that was a really bad judgment call. But shit, Dad, I nearly died, and all you give a shit about is this fucking boat!
No, it's not that, it's...
All we do is scream at each other. No wonder I can't get a job. It's all your fucking fault! Or, it's not, but it's partly your fault.
So you're gonna drive into
Dude,
me.
I just want to impress you.
Look, man, I'm gonna get the ride fixed, man, and drop it back off at your house along with this dude. It's all good, though, man. You go and get your head right, all right?
All right, listen, thanks for today. I appreciate it. You stop back out to the house, we'll talk.
You see?
Show, man. Hey, sorry we didn't get your boat, man.
Yeah.
The mission Marriage Counseling has us play as Michael again, as we see him catch on to what his wife Amanda has been doing with the tennis coach.
Not me. Not in my house.
Fuck you, Michael. Go away.
I'm paying that turd $150 an hour to fuck my wife in my own bed?
Michael, go away.
No, I'm sorry, bro. She said you had an arrangement.
You and I are gonna have an arrangement. I'm gonna arrange your fucking funeral.
I'm really sorry, bro. I'll comp the session. I promise.
You are dead, man. Fuck. Dead. Come here. Ah! Fuck, man.
Hey, you! Stop it!
What's up, man?
Get out of my way.
Michael, calm down.
What the fuck is going on?
Nothing happened. It was a misunderstanding.
She fucked a prick in my bed.
You bullshitting me.
It wasn't like that.
You in?
Fuck it, I'm in. Let's roll. Let's get this motherfucker.
Just don't kill him!
Franklin, of course, coming over to Michael's house to catch up, like Michael told him to, again, is in the right place at the right time. You may have noticed that the tennis coach said Michael and Amanda had an arrangement, and that he didn't know Amanda wasn't supposed to be sleeping with him. This is something at the time that we don't quite understand, but this arrangement will reveal itself in the next few missions. Michael, in a fit of rage, gets Franklin to help him pull down the balcony of what he thinks is the tennis coach's house, but this gets him in quite a bit of hot water with the actual owner of the house, Martin Madrazo, who sends some goons after him. After taking them out, Michael and Franklin head back home, only to be met by Martin Madrazo.
Thanks for the help out there today, kid. I had no idea it was gonna get that hot.
Shit, pulling houses off the hillside sure has a weird way of fucking with people.
Yeah, well, I thought I was through with all that shit. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Oh shit, I think we're about to find out.
You know who I am? Do you know who I am? Do you?
No.
Oh, you? You?
I think so.
Good. I know who you are. I know where you live. Who are you?
I'm Franklin.
License. Now, Franklin, maybe help Mr. DeSanta here. Who am I?
I think Martin Madrazo.
Good boy. Now maybe give him a little of a background.
Man, Mr. Madrazo... Mr. Madrazo is a legitimate businessman who was wrongfully accused of running a Mexican-American gang and a narcotic ring, but the charges were dropped because of the witnesses came up missing.
Smart kid. Now, Michael, got a question for you. Did you pull an architecturally significant, modernist wonder home down the hillside in Vinewood Hills?
I thought the owner was banging my wife.
Well, that was a strange house for a tennis coach.
I wasn't thinking straight.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Well, Natalia will need a hotel while you finance the rebuild, won't she?
Sure.
Good. And I'm guessing here that the rebuild will be somewhere in the 2.5 million range?
Of course.
Great.
With Michael now needing about $2.5 million to rebuild Martin's house, this gives him the little nudge he was waiting for to push him back into the game, and it gives him the perfect excuse to bring Franklin along with him.
So what now?
Looks like I'm gonna have to postpone my retirement. Fuck. Oh man, I'm mortgaged up to my eyeballs. Look, I only know one way to make money. I'm gonna have to give an old friend a call. Lester. I think he's in town somewhere. I'm gonna have to track him down. Just give me a little alone time, all right?
All right, dawg.
With Michael needing some alone time to track down his old friend Lester to help with a heist, this gives us a few missions to go back to playing as Franklin. The mission Chop starts off with Lamar bringing Franklin along for what's supposed to be an easy job. They have to kidnap one of the ballers named D. No killing involved, nothing. Just an easy kidnapping and they get paid $40,000.
Come on, homie, we ain't got all day. Let's go.
For sure, but what you got up?
Kidnapping, fool. That clown D. That OG fool from Ballers.
Dog, I told you, no more gang-banging retro vengeance bullshit. I'm trying to make some fucking paper.
You gonna make some paper, low. And ain't nobody out here gangbanging. It just look like that. You gotta know the difference, man.
Franklin and Lamar are members of the Chamberlain Families Gang, which is the rival gang of the Ballers. Now at this point, Franklin is trying to get out of the gangbanging life, so he's not too excited to be going along on this mission with Lamar. He even tells Lamar that he met this rich white dude, and tries to convince Lamar to come along with him instead of doing these sorts of jobs. But as we saw earlier in the game, Lamar is set with being a gangbanger. This is what he wants to do, this is where he's content.
Man, fuck this, man. You seen Tanisha?
She's straight. It's me and you that ain't straight though, homie.
Dog, I know, homie. But look, I met this contact, this white dude. Real serious dude, man.
We don't need no hookup, fool. I know these streets.
You know these streets. Look, homie, I don't mind dying, you feel me? But I just want to die over something that matters, homie. That's what foreign gangsters should really be about.
So Franklin and Lamar try to kidnap Dee, and he escapes, which starts a chase across the city. Eventually, Franklin and Lamar trap Dee, and Franklin sets Lamar's dog Chop out to find him. One of the funniest things about GTA 5 is how the game tries to convince us that Chop is Franklin's dog, even though it's very clearly stated that he's Lamar's dog. Anyway, eventually Chop tracks down Dee, and Franklin and Lamar stash him in the back of their van. Lamar, though, not being as smart as he thinks, was easily recognizable to Dee.
Shut the fuck up, just get in.
And then Lamar even calls the Ballers on his cell phone, demanding a ransom of $40,000 for Dee, or else they'll kill him. But by calling them on his cell phone, he's given away their location anyway, so unless the two want to risk starting a gang war, they need to let Dee go, right there. Completely butchering the job, while also increasing tension between the two gangs.
We got your boy.
You calling him on a cell phone, you dumb motherfucker? They gonna trace this shit in a sec.
We want 40,000. Is pay me or pay the funeral director, motherfucker.
What the fuck you done? You just gave them our location. Now we gotta let this motherfucker out of here. Get the fuck out of here. And nigga, give me that damn phone.
What the fuck?
Fuck y'all. I'll be seeing y'all soon. The only reason you been seeing shit cause we went easy on your ass. Remember that, dog.
The next mission, The Long Stretch, is one of the more pivotal missions in understanding Franklin's story going forward. The mission starts off with Franklin getting more frustrated in living with his auntie Denise, with her telling him to get out of the house. He then runs into Lamar and a new character named Stretch outside. Now Stretch is one of the OGs of the CGF, the Chamberlain Families Gang, and Franklin and Stretch don't see eye to eye. And the reason for that gets revealed over the course of this mission. Stretch just got out of prison, and while he was in prison, Lamar and Franklin went from little homies to big homies, as Stretch says. But because Stretch is one of the OGs of the gang, he's still above Franklin and Lamar, even though he's done nothing for the gang in years. Which, in Stretch's eyes, means that he deserves more respect and he should get a cut of everything that Franklin and Lamar do, which Franklin fundamentally disagrees with.
You know, when I went away, you punks was little homies, and I was a big homie. Now I'm out, and you little homies is big homies. But you still gotta respect.
Man, what the fuck this nigga talking about?
We all big homies, but he bigger, right?
Exactly.
Man, that's some fucking pyramid scheme bullshit.
After buying some guns, we find out that the three are on their way to a drug deal at the recycling plant. But before they get there, Franklin tells Lamar to tell Stretch about an idea that they have.
Right now.
Speaking of change, Lamar's been meaning to talk to you, homie.
Nah, not now, homie.
What's happening?
It's nothing, my nigga, nothing, you know. Just some ideas, that's all.
Man, ideas ain't your strong suit, so put it on me.
It's nothing real, homie. When it's something real, we'll talk.
Bullshit, man. It's realer than this crap.
Once they get inside the recycling plant for the deal, we find out that the person Lamar is doing the drug deal with is actually Dee, the guy they tried to kidnap just a few days earlier.
What's up, boy? Everything cool? Hold on, man. What the fuck, man? You was just kidnapping this nigga.
Oh, come on, dog. You don't real recognize real.
D, my nigga, just got out crossing lines, did some time with some of your folks.
Hey, look, this ain't about you, man.
What?
You know these niggas done
Yo, what the fuck this trick talking about, man?
Yeah.
Somebody
See?
on us?
They putting a nigga on TV, man, about some gang intervention shit.
Hey, this ain't the police, dog. This some ballers bullshit.
Nigga, that's some
man.
bullshit.
Fuck you.
Hey, we been set up, nigga.
This shit fuck you, nigga. Snake motherfucker. Shit. Oh, bitch ass ballers.
Unsurprisingly, it was a setup, and Stretch kills D on the spot. After a shootout with the Ballers and an escape from the police, Stretch tells Lamar that if he's started some sort of rivalry with the Ballers, he's done. He's out of the CGF. Franklin says that won't be a problem because him and Lamar are actually starting their own new gang, the Forum Gangsters, so that they don't have to pay the OGs a cut of whatever money they make. This makes Stretch upset, who says he's going to talk to the Ballers and see if he can patch things up. And if that means he needs to hang Lamar and Franklin out to dry, he will, which we'll hear more about throughout the story.
It's all on you, LD, lanky dumbass.
Me? Hey, I ain't know the fools was gonna roll on us.
If you started something with the Ballers, shit, I don't care if you CGF for life, man. You done. Done, you dig?
Actually, we ain't CGL for life, cause all that means is we giving you money for nothing. We got our own shit now, homie. Foreign gangsters.
Oh, no, he don't mean that, Lo. F just talking out the side of his neck.
I'ma reach cross lines, all right? Conversate with the purple homies.
Yeah, that's a good idea, man. Smart shit.
But if I gotta hang you assholes out for this, the gang comes first.
Oh, it ain't gonna come to that, homie. You all diplomatic and shit.
Yeah, he a real fucking diplomat, ain't he? This that peace-talking motherfucker we should have sent to the Middle East. Fuck. No wonder I want to get out of here.
Our next mission, Friend Request, has Michael reuniting with his old friend Lester, who tells Michael that he knows he's been alive this entire time.
Is this still the number for Lester Crest?
Who's asking?
Who's asking? Who's asking?
You're awful cagey. Even for a dead man, Michael.
Ooh, you don't sound good, buddy.
Tactful and charming even in death. Come see me, old friend. I'm living in Los Santos, just like you. Murrieta Heights.
Whoa, wait. Hey, how do you...
Lester tells Michael to come meet him at his house, where they can catch up. There's no two ways around it. Michael is going to Lester so that he can make money, because Lester is the best person he knows for setting up heists.
I know that. And you're gonna make it up to me by doing whatever I ask. Or rather, I mean, I need something done, you need to know something, so why not help each other? I gotta make some dough. So you're back in the game? I guess. Look, Lester, about what happened before. Oh, I know you never mentioned my name. I know I'm not on any lists anywhere. I know you never betrayed me. As for you, you gotta figure that I never told anyone.
The only reason the two are willing to work together again is because it's clear that neither of them ratted each other out after the North Yankton job, and Lester agrees to help Michael get back in the game if he helps Lester first. And what Lester needs help with is breaking into the Life Invader offices.
I got this interview at this tech company. I'm thinking I need something, I don't know, geeky, youthful.
Lost your job and the world's moved on, huh? That's too bad.
I didn't lose my job.
After dressing the part, Michael calls Lester to ask him what the plan is. And all Lester tells Michael is that he needs to fit Jay Norris's phone with a device. Jay Norris, of course, being the CEO of Life Invader, which, if you didn't know, is GTA's version of Facebook. I think Jay Norris is meant to be Mark Zuckerberg, but that's neither here nor there. So Michael heads to the offices to get the job done.
The prototype is somewhere in the Life Invader office. Find it and fit it with the device in your bag.
They just gonna let me in?
Why wouldn't they if you look the part? Hang around till someone opens the door and act entitled.
Fine.
Wait a minute. Do I know you?
Yeah, I think so.
IT temp, right?
Yeah.
You know, you gotta do something for me.
You gotta put it in a ticket.
No. I'd like to keep this one out of the database, if you know what I mean.
This is a filthy hard drive, bro. Got any antivirus software?
I think so. Behind this junk on the left. Hey, have you seen the prototype in the demo room? When Norris announces it at the keynote, minds are gonna blow.
After fitting the prototype with the bug, Michael heads home, and Lester tells him to call the prototype phone once Jay Norris unveils it.
Lester, did you hear me? Are you playing that game?
Yeah, sorry, phone is rigged. Now what's your problem, you don't like shooters?
They're all the same. Besides, you know me. I'm a movie guy. Classic Vinewood.
Classic Vinewood ended 30 years ago. Now it's just superheroes, romantic comedies, and remakes, none of which interest me.
Hey, I believe this country can still make interesting movies. There's no better way to define American life than a 2-hour plot in which the hero looks good and defeats evil.
Whatever you say. Enjoy yesterday. Anyway, just call the device after he's unveiled it, and then we'll talk.
In this dialogue, we also learn that Michael loves old classic movies, and that he still believes this country can make great movies. So keep that in mind, because going forward, that will play a pretty big part in Michael's story down the track.
At around this point in my presentation, there was meant to be a call from my product team to introduce the device. But we're experiencing some technical difficulties. I hate to... Oh, hold on a second. I think someone's trying to dock with me. Hello?
Oh! Get security! Oh, Jesus! Whoa! Whoa!
After unknowingly getting Jay Norris killed, Michael's work for Lester is done, and we'll wait to hear back from him soon with news of a heist. While he waits to hear back from Lester, Michael gets increasingly frustrated with Jimmy. As we've seen in previous missions, Michael does love his kids, and his kids do love him, but they both don't know how to show that to each other. And as a result of his frustration, Michael takes it out on Jimmy's TV.
Fuck you! What the fuck?
Disrespectful little asshole!
I can't believe you did that! That's my TV!
You don't talk to me like that!
I can't believe you... Mom was right about you! You don't know any better and you can't help it, but you're an asshole!
At this point, Michael and his kids are stuck in a vicious cycle of Michael blaming his kids for sitting around and not making anything of their lives, and his kids blaming Michael for turning them into those people. Neither of them wants to take any responsibility for it, so they just keep getting mad at each other. After the two agree to try and spend some time together, they agree to go for a bike ride on Vespucci Beach, because Jimmy says he has something to show Michael over there.
You know I have bad glands.
Bike ride, then.
Bike ride? You want to go on a fucking bike ride? Fine, let's go on a fucking bike ride. Okay, Dad, I got just the thing to show you.
After a race to the end of the Vespucci Pier, Jimmy reveals why he actually wanted to bring his dad here.
Why do I have to hold your hand through this whole midlife crisis bullshit? And why don't you stick your nose up Tracy's butt sometime?
Because Tracy doesn't buy cars she can't afford, so that thugs break in our house. Tracy doesn't get kidnapped or destroy my yacht.
Well, that's just because she's too busy getting fucked by dudes to get on TV.
You don't talk about your sister that way.
Well, I'm sorry, but it's true. I mean, according to her Life Invader page, she's hanging out with producers and porno guys this afternoon.
What are you talking about?
Actually, it's all happening right out there.
This is the reason you brought me here, isn't it? You fuck.
Ah! Dad, wait!
Michael, not wanting Tracy to fall in with the wrong crowd, swims out to the yacht to get her back. This is the first time the player is encouraged to swim in the game as well, which is clearly a massive step up over GTA 4. In GTA 4 you could swim, but it was never really encouraged, and the ocean and seabeds definitely had nowhere near as much life as what you could see here. I think making us jump into the water right here, where there's a bunch of coral and sea life clearly in view, was intentional from Rockstar, because it makes us want to see what else is out there. If there's that much sea life under the surface right here, what about the rest of the map? And as we know now, Rockstar included a ton of Easter eggs and mysteries under the water. After throwing one of the people on the boat overboard, Michael gets chased by the yacht owner, and depending on what the player chooses to do, either kills them or escapes them, which of course makes Tracy very upset. The entire mission, although it wasn't Michael's intention, just ended up worsening the relationship with him and his kids.
He's the fucking asshole, okay? He smashed my TV and he took me to the beach. The beach with my skin.
So what, you sent him out to spoil my day too?
I didn't know that he was gonna come get you. I just told him where you were. You know, he got that crazy look in his eyes, you know, like he gets sometimes, and he just went.
I'm getting a cab.
Coming with you.
How about I just drive us home?
You ruined my life.
After some time, Lester calls Michael to let him know he's ready to start planning a heist. And he tells Michael they should rob
Union Depository.
But Michael says he doesn't need that much money, so Lester gives him a couple of options. They agree to take a jewel store heist, and Michael wants to get some of his old crewmates back together. Lester says there are no old guys except for an Eastern European guy in Liberty City, Nico Bellic, but he went quiet. So the two make their way to case out the jewel store.
Oh, we're gonna need a crew. I can round up some of the old guys.
There are no old guys. Moses, ironically, he found Jesus. All those Irish crazies, they mostly just disappeared. That crew from the south, they all went down. There was an Eastern European guy making moves in Liberty City, but He went quiet.
Now, Michael has been telling people that he's in a witness protection program after what happened in North Yankton. But Lester has been tracking Michael for years now, and he has access to all of his bank accounts. So he unravels Michael's witness protection lie pretty quickly, and reveals to us what's really going on.
Your FIB buddies, they know you're back in business?
FIB buddies? What are you talking about?
I checked out the WPP thing. Doesn't look like any WITSEC program I'm aware of. But for starters, they don't put witnesses up in multi-million-dollar mansions in Rockford Hills.
Oh, maybe they thought this would be the best cover.
And most witnesses don't transfer five-figure sums into a particular FIB agent's bank account every month. Of course, the money gets moved around and washed through a number of fronts, but the trail is there. Deposits, withdrawals, the same sum every month. Agent Dave Norton, white, middle-aged divorcee, unremarkable career, except for one incident, the shooting of a notorious stick-up man, Michael Townley.
Yeah, all right. Lester, I'm very impressed.
And now Michael's secret is up. We now know that the agent that shot and killed Brad is named Dave Norton, and that him and Michael cut a deal where Michael would fake his death and Dave Norton would get the credit for taking down one of the most infamous bank robbers in the world. Michael gets to live in a mansion in Los Santos, and all he has to do is transfer Dave Norton a five-figure sum every single month. But we'll hear more about that later on. For now, the two case out the jewel store and come up with a plan.
Hey, beautiful. I need to pick up a little something for the woman in my life. Well, one of them.
Sir, I'm sure we can help you. Tell me about her. What's her taste?
Cheap, thank God. This ain't my wife we're talking about. I don't know. I don't want to spend too much. I'm thinking maybe 10 grand?
Our rings start at 8, our pendants start at 12.
All right. So these things built to last, or am I just paying for the Vangelico logo here?
No. We use perfect clarity jewels. 18 karat gold, 950 platinum. Nothing but the best.
All right. I think you just made a sale. I'm gonna take a look around, think about it, come back to you, baby. Don't go anywhere.
I understand.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
You got it.
While casing out the back of the joint, Michael asks Lester what happened to the old crew. But most importantly, Michael wants to know what happened to Trevor, and you can tell he's a bit paranoid. Michael's hoping Trevor is dead, but Lester assures him that that's not the case, and that he's still alive somewhere.
So you keep up with the old crew?
Well, after your death/disappearance, there wasn't much holding us together.
Yeah. You see him at all? After the incident?
I kept tabs on him for a while, needed to, know that he didn't blame me.
Yeah, where'd he go?
North, south, east, west, wherever there were liquor stores to turn over and hitchhikers to disappear.
Where did they bury him?
They buried him? Not as far as I know.
He's probably a John Doe then, right? What do you think? OD, shootout, maybe just a car crash, right? Anonymous charred remains on the highway. They only knew what a sick puppy they had on their hands.
After scoping out all the options, Lester tells Michael that they'll have to do the job during the day, because Vangelico removes all of the jewelry at nighttime. So what they need now is equipment and a crew. And Michael tells Lester about Franklin.
About the crew?
Yeah?
There's this kid who's been helping me. Maybe we could cut him in.
I don't work with amateurs.
He ain't an amateur. Or if he is, he's a gifted amateur about to turn pro. He's a good kid, Lester.
You know what they say, it's your funeral. One of them, at least.
After getting all of the equipment you need, Michael and Lester assemble the crew in Lester's garment factory, which for now he'll be using as an undercover base of operations for planning heists. For most people, GTA 5's heists are the most memorable parts of the single player. While previous games had heists, they didn't have the scale or give you the freedom that you have in GTA 5. Almost every heist in the game is memorable, and the fact that you can choose your approach, as well as do the setup missions for yourself, deciding which equipment you need for which approach, make it feel a lot more like a personal choice, and make the heist seem more epic than previous games. After picking your crew members, the player is given the choice of doing the heist loud or silent and sneaky, neither of which will have any effect on the actual outcome of the heist, but both are really fun to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your moment. Please don't make me ruin all the great work your plastic surgeons have been doing. On the floor, now! Let's do this! Come on!
With the plan in place, the crew robs Vangelico with a take of $5 million. The heist goes relatively smooth, and the crew think they've made it out fine. That is, until Michael does this.
Fuck out my face.
You forget 1,000 things every day, pal. Make sure this is one of them. I'll see you at the river. Go.
This is one of Michael's iconic lines, and at this point it's important to remember that this is the same line Michael used in the first heist in Prologue, when Trevor was with him. But for now, Michael gives his bag to Franklin and says he'll meet him at the river. At this point, we're given a 4-star wanted level and a massive cop chase takes place throughout the city. In an attempt to get away from the police, Franklin and the drivers head underground, using it as a shortcut to get to the LS River, where Michael is supposed to be waiting for them. Now, throughout the heist, depending on which crew members you select, one of your crew members can fall off their bike and die. If that happens, you have the ability to pick up their money bag and save the money that otherwise would have been lost. Regardless though, this doesn't affect the outcome of the heist. What's left of the crew regroups at the LS River, where Michael is waiting with a truck to help ram the police out of their way. Once the crew gets a moment to breathe, they load the bikes in the back of the truck and get away. Michael gets the money to pay off Martin Madrazo, and all of the crew get a cut for helping out. And at the end of the jewel store heist, this essentially acts as the end of Act 1 of GTA 5's story.
All right, people. We need to split up. They're gonna be looking for a crew.
I'll wire your cuts when the rocks have been sold.
That shit was crazy, dog. So what now?
We get out of here. Keep our heads down.
Hey, you did good, kid. What'd I tell you, Lester, huh? Mm-hmm. All right, look, everybody take off. Hey, Franklin. Listen, Lester and I got some things we gotta clean up. I want you to stop by the house a little later on. We'll celebrate, all right?
All right.
Okay. Huh? Mm-hmm. Oh, man. We're back in action.
The second act of the game starts with Franklin coming over to Michael's place to celebrate, but the two get interrupted by a character we haven't seen since North Yankton.
Whew. Cheers.
So that's that, right?
I hope so.
The whole job. Everything about it. Anyone who knows your file, what is wrong with you?
Davey! Long time no see.
And what about Trevor? If that fruitcake realizes, finds out you're alive, you are D-O-N-E fucked!
Hey, don't worry about Trevor. Trevor's dead. It's gotta be. Besides, I didn't have nothing to do with it. Whatever the hell it is you're talking about.
Really?
The criminals are believed to escape with millions of dollars worth of gems,
Oh.
precious stones, and engagement rings. Albert Story had a lucky escape when the thieves ran straight into him.
Yeah, I was just doing my job, and I say to this guy, hey, you gotta move these bikes.
Back to you in the studio.
And this is the first time we get to see Trevor, who's currently spending some alone time with a returning character from GTA 4, Ashley, the girlfriend of Johnny Clements from GTA 4 The Lost and the Damned. While we don't know exactly what's happened to Trevor over the past 10 years, we do know that he has become even more crazy and deranged than before, and we get to see that pretty quickly.
I told him. We all get high. We all get high. But that don't make it right.
Johnny. Leave it.
The crystal has got us, babe, but it don't make it right. Don't make nothing right. Not what you done with me. I'm telling Johnny, leave it. I ain't leaving nothing. Trevor! I'm talking to you, motherfucker!
Are you? What are you saying?
Fucking my girl, man. It's wrong.
Well, I gotta fuck someone. You want me to fuck you instead? Is that the problem here? Take off your pants, cowboy, all right? Let's fuck.
You think this is funny?
Get them off! I told him to leave it, Trevor. I told him. Leave it. Leave it.
Shut up, Ron. I'm about to fuck me a meth head, ain't I, cowboy? Get my boy sucked from his toothless gums. Huh?
Fuck you, Trevor.
Oh.
I still love her.
All right, cowboy. Hey, I know. Hey, come on.
I don't mean nothing by it, man.
I know.
I'm messed up.
I know, cowboy. It's okay, man. Give me a hug, yeah.
A lot of fans were upset with how GTA 5 handled Johnny Clevitz, of course killing him off in the first scene he's in, but I don't think this should be much of a surprise. We knew Johnny was a biker, we knew he was doing drugs, so this whole idea that Johnny should somehow get a happy ending doesn't really make much sense. I can understand that people maybe wanted a bit more time with Johnny, but at the end of the day, the guy was doing meth, and that can turn you into a completely different person. For the rest of the mission, we'll be getting an introduction to Trevor as well as his business, Trevor Phillips Industries. See, Trevor wants everything in the Sandy Shores Grapeseed area to be running through him, and any competition he has for dealing drugs, he wants to push those out. And in a fit of rage after discovering Michael is still alive after 9 years, he decides now is the time to start pushing all of that competition out. And the first place he starts is the Lost. After killing Johnny, Trevor didn't have much of a choice here, because once the Lost found out Johnny's dead, they're gonna come after Trevor anyway, so he tries to get the upper hand first.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, you seen Ashley? Johnny's looking for her.
Well, you know, as a matter of fact, I just did, just 10 minutes ago. Yeah, I saw her on the end of this penis here.
Johnny ain't gonna be cool if you messing with her again.
Oh, really? Well, you don't think so, huh? Well, why don't we just ask him then, huh? Hey, cowboy, you mind that I fucked your old lady? Sorry, what was that? Well, no, you don't mind? Oh, because you're a dead man? And the only sentient part you left is this little bit of brain and the gristle on the end of my boot? Well, thank you very much, cowboy.
Bullshit!
Oh, I like it, denial. That is first part of the grieving process, brothers. Now let's all hold hands, huh? Well, looks like you got something you want to say, huh? You got something you need to say?
This better be bullshit!
Oh, where you guys going, huh? Let's go, ladies!
One of the main complaints with GTA 4 was that there was no wilderness. It was just one big city. It's a great city, but players wanted a bit more to do. And while up to this point, GTA 5 probably felt very familiar, mostly taking place in Los Santos, a big city, the sudden switch to Trevor, who's out in the middle of nowhere, can be pretty polarizing if you weren't really expecting it. All of Blaine County feels so different to the rest of Los Santos. And the first time I switched to Trevor, years and years ago, this almost felt like you were playing an entirely new game. I think that was kind of the point. Trevor takes out the members of the Lost that he's tailing, and then goes on a rampage through Stab City. In this sequence, not only does Trevor blow up half of the caravans in the place, but we also get introduced to Trevor's special ability as well. Trevor's rampage ability gives him a lot more health and makes him deal a lot more damage, to the point where you're almost completely unkillable while rampage is active. It really gives you that fantasy of being that drug-fueled meth head out in the middle of nowhere. After clearing out Stab City, Trevor kicks out one of his, friends, I don't think that's the right word, but Wade, and tells him to go find a ghost named Michael Townley in Los Santos. From there, Trevor and Ron, his friend or business partner, continue on to try and take out the Aztecas, another rival gang out in Sandy Shores. See, the reason Trevor wants to push out all of these other gangs is because he has a deal with a Chinese buyer that's looking to buy product out of Sandy Shores and Blaine County. Trevor wants to make sure that they want to buy his, because that would mean a lot of money.
We don't need to. Now the bikers are gone. It's just us, the Aztecas, and the O'Neills. The market's big enough. This Chinese contact's gonna buy crystal fast as we can cook it. You just gotta meet him at the inn and...
Yeah, fine, okay. We're nearly there. Here we come!
What the fuck, Trevor?
This is the fuck, my soggy friend. You are out of business. The Lost MC are out of business. The guns and crank in this area go through Trevor Phillips Enterprise, or they ain't going.
Saying something don't make it true. No!
You get the picture.
We was always cool.
Oh, that feels better!
After Trevor removes even more of his competition, he tells Ron that he's going to be heading off to Los Santos to try and find Michael. But not before he does a bit more work for his business first.
Well, anyway, it seems like a shame for you to be going just as TP Industries is finding its feet.
I'll do what I can to put the business on its path before I depart.
The company needs you, boss.
You'll do fine in my absence.
I don't know what this Michael Townley's got that you can't find in the Alamo Sea.
What he's got is answers.
The next mission, Trevor Phillips Industries, has Trevor meeting up with the Changs, the Chinese buyers he mentioned before.
Mr. Phillips.
Ah, here he is. Yes, Mr. Chang, pleasure to meet you.
No, I am Mr. Chang's humble translator. Mr. Chang now.
The Changs say that they're open to buying Trevor's product, but they want to see his kitchen first, and where the product is made. It's not great timing though, because Ortega, who Trevor just killed, his men aren't happy about it, and they're coming after him. So Trevor needs to hide the Changs while he fights off the competition. Safe to say, after being shoved in a freezer, Chang's contact isn't very impressed.
Alright, time to recommence the tour, gentlemen.
I think we have seen quite enough.
I'll swing by and sign the contracts, alright? Just ignore the bodies.
Hey, Trevor, are we still gonna cook that batch?
Fuck yeah!
Trevor returns home only to find that the bikers have been looking for him.
Them bikers. After you killed Johnny K?
And they damage my stuff, huh? They smash up my home, damage my soul.
So Trevor decides to take Ron and instead go looking for them. At this point, the Lost are currently at Sandy Shores Airfield, about to take some planes out to sell some weapons. Trevor and Ron decide to kill two birds with one stone and eliminate more of the Lost while taking and selling the weapons for themselves. The rest of this mission acts as an introduction to two different mechanics in the game. The first being the stealth mechanic and the second being flying with planes. In GTA 5 overall, I feel like the stealth system was heavily underutilized. Overall, the system is just incredibly buggy, especially when it comes to GTA Online, but we're not going to get into that. But this introduction sequence to the stealth in the game is pretty cool, even though it's something I'd like to see improved upon, and I'd like to see a lot more of going forward in the next game. As for GTA 5's flying, this is something we didn't get in the previous game with GTA 4. Because of how small Liberty City was, we only had helicopters. You can also kinda understand Rockstar not wanting people flying planes in New York. Yeah, I'm sure you can see why they don't want that, but yeah. This is actually the first time GTA had planes since 2004 with San Andreas, and one thing I never see anyone criticize is GTA 5's flying. Overall, it feels great, and while this mission does have us flying a pretty slow plane, it's still a fun mission, but little did we know at the time Rockstar would take this concept of getting a slow plane and selling it at several points across the map and expanding it into one of the main features of making money in GTA Online. If we're strictly talking about the single player though, this is a pretty fun mission and does a good job of showing us what Trevor does. After completing the weapon drops, we get a bit more insight into how the relationship between Trevor and Ron works. This isn't really a partnership or a friendship. Ron will basically be forced to do anything that Trevor says, and we see that when Trevor makes Ron completely give up his cut.
I think that was adequate restitution for my impotent rage statue.
That was a mighty fine statue, Trev.
That was a mighty fine piece of plastic shit. But there is no price for emotional attachment. I mean, you might forego your cut to alleviate my heartache.
I might? Yeah, I mean, I will. Good idea.
We don't have time to dwell on that now, because we got more runs, Ron. If there is one thing that they need south of that big fence, it is guns.
Trevor Phillips Industries! Technical expertise, managerial innovations, unstoppable!
Oh, that's right! Now go! I need to meditate. Or masturbate. Or both.
The Mackenzie Airfield hangar that Trevor lands at here also becomes a purchasable property after the mission ends. After this point, you're now able to buy properties as either Michael, Franklin, or Trevor, and each have specific properties around the map that they can buy and run. This idea of owning and running a business in GTA got thoroughly fleshed out in GTA Online. But as for the single player, it's a pretty streamlined experience that for the most part will just have you completing an odd mission here or there, and then collecting a weekly check for the income. It's fine, fine for what it is, but I would have liked to have seen this business structure a lot more fleshed out with a lot more missions to do, because this would have given the game a lot more replayability. I think this is one of the few parts of the single player that probably doesn't hold up nowadays in 2025, and is more of an outdated system. Single player games nowadays need a bit more replayability than what the businesses in GTA 5 single player provide, so in GTA 6 I'd like to see this improved upon. The mission Crystal Maze starts off with Trevor meeting the Changs yet again at the Yellowjack Inn. At this point, it seems like Trevor thought the first meeting with the Changs went relatively well, but the Changs very much disagree, and they tell Trevor that they're actually gonna partner with someone else.
And I think I've proved that my organization is a reliable supplier. In short, it's you and me. Now give me some of that goddamn X.
I'm afraid we want to go down a different path.
What?
We want to explore other opportunities.
Now there's not many choices left, seeing as Trevor already took out the Aztecas and the Lost, but the business that the Changs have decided to partner with is the O'Neill brothers. And at this point, it's pretty clear Trevor isn't going to let anything stand in the way of getting his deal done with the Changs, so he heads over to the O'Neill brothers' farm to take them all out and blow up their meth lab.
Trevor Phillips! Elwood O'Neill! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Trevor, it's business.
That wide-eyed idiot was mine!
It's business, fella. You want to discuss it? We're at the farm. Ernie, Earl, Walton, Wynn, Dale, Doyle, Daryl, Dan, all of us.
Start writing those names on tombstones, cause I'm on the way to your lab and we're gonna see how much of a family meth business you got when I'm done!
This is one of the missions that was shown in the GTA 5 trailers before the game came out, and it's probably one of my favorite missions in the game, not just because you get to take out a bunch of enemies, but because you can do a bunch of it stealthy if you do it right. A lot of people were upset with how over-the-top GTA 5 was, especially compared to something like GTA 4, which felt a lot more grounded, but I think this mission is one of the many in the game that show that Rockstar really wanted to go over the top with GTA 5. After all, it is set in a fictional LA, with a fictional Hollywood, so it kind of makes sense that a lot of the game is completely over the top, just like any Hollywood blockbuster. In the mission Friends United, Trevor is finally on his way to Los Santos. Now, a few missions ago, Trevor asked Wade to try and find Michael Townley in Los Santos. But no Michael Townley in Los Santos matched the description of the Michael Townley that Trevor knows. There is a Michael DeSanta though, and he even has a wife with the same name as Michael Townley that Trevor knew.
I thought you said you wasn't gonna hit me.
I thought you said you were gonna find fucking Michael Townley.
There's two Michael Townleys living in LS. One is 83 and the other one is at kindergarten. I asked the teacher to put him on the phone just to be safe, but she threatened to call the cops. I ain't no molester, Trevor.
Shut up before I molest you, all right? Now, is there anything else?
I looked through the phone directory. I did find a Michael DeSanta, about the right age, married with 2 kids.
What's his wife's name?
Amanda?
Amanda?
Yeah.
You're a genius, you moron. Come on, come here.
So with Trevor set on finding Michael DeSanta, he puts Ron in charge of TPI until he's back, and him and Wade make their way towards Los Santos, but not before they make a stop first at Stab City again, where more Lost have shown up, possibly to mourn the dead that Trevor murdered a few missions before. Kind of a random little subplot that Rockstar included in this mission, but anyway, Trevor puts sticky bombs on a bunch of the caravans and gets rid of the Lost once and for all. This cutscene, as well as the dialogue that we're going to go through in a second, is incredibly important to understand Trevor's motivations as a character. Trevor, while he's incredibly psychotic, idiotic, whatever you want to call him, he does care about his friends. And Michael, as much as Trevor is frustrated with him, Trevor still cares about him a lot. While throughout the story we're gonna see signs of betrayal and whatnot, Trevor never betrays anyone. While he is a murderer, a psychopath, and a drug dealer, he doesn't ever betray anyone's trust. Trust and loyalty are actually two of the more positive parts of Trevor's traits.
So, Michael, this is where dead men come back to life. It's been nearly 10 years, but you'll keep for another day or so, huh, old friend? You motherfucking fuck! I grieved for you! You weren't even fucking dead. You were my best friend. Well, guess who's coming to shit on your doorstep, you fuck!
After getting back in the car with Wade, we get a bit of a backstory on how Trevor met Michael and Brad, and how Michael meeting Amanda kind of fractured his relationship with Trevor.
Will you tell me the story about that boy, Trisha?
Ah, yeah. Where were we? Right. So, this kid, he could fly planes. So, he signed up for the Air Force to fly all day long and bomb villages and maybe, just maybe, drop the nuke. And it was all going well until one day, just before he got his wings, an evil witch in charge of psychological evaluations told him he was unstable and grounded him for life.
That's terrible.
It was. Sent him into a deep pit of doubt and despair. And just then, just as he hit rock bottom, he met a fat, silver-tongued troll under a bridge.
That's cool. What was the troll's name?
Michelle.
A lady troll?
Yeah, he had tits like one, but no, he was a boy.
Michelle is a funny name for a boy.
Well, this was a funny boy. He sat under his bridge, robbing anyone who passed him by. Sometimes he'd go into town and rob the shops and inns and such. And he persuaded our hero that maybe he should rob people too. And you know what? Little Trisha did rob people, and little Trisha was good at it.
And they lived happily ever after?
For a while. Until the troll met another troll in a strip club, and they fell in lust, and he bought her a pair of fake troll tits, even bigger than his real troll tits, so she could make more money stripping. Maybe a little on the side without call work, but you didn't hear that from me. Wow. And then she pushed out a pair of little trolls, and the big bad troll under the bridge went soft.
Hold on, what?
So little Trevor made a new friend called Brad, and he was thinking about cutting Mike off when it all went to shit, and Mike got killed and Brad went to jail.
See, in Trevor's eyes, when it was just him and Michael robbing stores with their crew, he was happy. But after Michael met Amanda and his goals changed, that actually hurt Trevor quite a bit. At that point, Trevor became close with Brad and was even thinking of cutting Michael off because he felt like Michael left him for Amanda. Once they meet Los Santos, Wade says Trevor can stay with his cousin Floyd, who, just like with Wade and Ron, Trevor can quite comfortably overpower and get him to do whatever he wants.
Cousin! Fuck! He's come to visit you, you rude fuck. Now get up off the floor and fix me a fucking drink.
Oh, you, Wade. I heard you was off smoking meth somewhere.
No, not somewhere. Here. He's gonna smoke meth here. Give me a fucking lighter.
You can't smoke here. You gotta go. Both of you. My girlfriend, she'd kill me if she knew I had guests.
That's not much of a girlfriend if she don't like your family. Now, would you get me a fucking drink? I'm not gonna ask you again.
Oh, yeah.
The next mission, Fame or Shame, is one of the most pivotal missions in the entire game, and straight away we get a lot of insight into Michael and Amanda's relationship.
I've only got myself to blame for the mess these kids are in. You are either drunk, or you're staring miserably at the clouds, or you're out there doing God only knows what.
Oh, yeah. I done horrible by you. Pulled you out of a Midwestern trailer park, got you a big mansion in Rockford Hills. Hell, the only thing you gotta worry about anymore is what part of your body you want to have chopped off or sucked out again.
Screw you, Michael.
Ah, but you won't.
I was faithful to you up until I found you in a stripper. I would divorce your ass if I could.
See, Michael and Amanda were faithful to each other until Michael cheated on Amanda with a stripper. After this point, the two agreed to go into an open relationship. However, they had an arrangement where they were allowed to sleep with other people, but not in their own house. Which is why Michael was so upset to find Amanda sleeping with the tennis coach in their bed. Both Michael and Amanda are also very upset with how their kids are turning out. We see Jimmy stashing weed at the start of this cutscene, and Tracy will be trying out for Fame of Shame, which we'll find out shortly. But the real reason this mission is so important to the story is because Trevor shows up.
No. Very funny. You know, you're a real asshole.
What did you just fucking say to me?
Stop it! You two, you're ruining my fucking yoga!
Somebody say yoga?
Trevor?
Michael.
Hey. It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, I bet it is. Of course, I'm not the one that's been resurrected. Ain't this grand?
Yeah, well, I got in a bit of an awkward situation.
You're telling me, bro. Yeah. One of those fake your own deaths to your best buddy, and then run off with the dough, and then live in a big mansion. Awkward situations.
It's one way of looking at it.
Yeah, do you have any other ways of looking at it? 'Cause I am all out.
It was a long time ago, man. I've been in witness protection. I still am.
That's great. That's great. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Where are my manners, right? Amanda, it is good to see you. Oh, I missed you. You used to be fatter. Nice new tits, by the way. Jimmy, you used to be thinner, but can't blame you. Who are you?
Namaste. I'm Fabian.
Good Lord. Where's Tracy?
Where's your sister, Jim?
She's trying out for TV.
She's what?
Yeah, she's auditioning for Fame or Shame.
Fame or Shame?
The fuck are you talking about?
You know, it's that talent/skills show. She loves it, you guys know that.
What's her talent?
Dancing.
Oh, Christ, she's a horrible dancer.
Michael!
She might disagree with you on that.
Jesus Christ, what, now? Now? Where?
The Maze Bank Arena.
Oh, little Tracy being humiliated. Let's go, we go get her.
We?
Yeah, we. What, are you gonna stand here and argue while your daughter becomes a national laughingstock? Huh? You're worse than I thought. Now let's go, come on!
After introducing himself to Michael's family after 10 years, Trevor asks where Tracy is. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm defending Trevor throughout this entire video, but I really do think he's the most misunderstood character in the entire game, because even after finding out that Michael betrayed him, stole all of the money from the heist, and then hid from him for 10 years, he still wants to save Tracy from embarrassing herself on national television. He still wants to help Michael's family out. And again, it just shows this strange dynamic with Trevor as a character. He's a complete psychopath, but he has some sort of morals. He's got loyalty. But yeah, those are probably his only redeeming qualities. On their way to save Tracy, Michael and Trevor catch up, and Michael finds out that Trevor still thinks Brad is actually alive and just in prison.
We're gonna get your girl from these assholes. You're not abandoning her like you did me and Brad.
Yeah, Brad.
Poor motherfucker must have woke up handcuffed to a hospital gurney after that stunt of yours. He still writes to me from the joint, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So, how you been doing?
Oh, I'm getting by. Aside from the loneliness and heartbreak, of course.
You live in Los Santos?
A few hours away.
Okay. So where?
Sandy Shores. The Alamo Sea.
Ah, I hear it's nice there.
Michael is very relieved to hear this, because Brad is very dead, when that wasn't even the plan. If we go back to the prologue, Brad clearly steps directly in front of Trevor when he gets shot. The bullet was meant for Trevor. Out of Brad and Trevor, Michael and Dave thought that Trevor would be the most unpredictable, so they wanted to have him killed. Brad, of course, stepping in the way and Trevor taking immediate cover, ruined that plan. Michael and Trevor find Tracy completely embarrassing herself on Fame or Shame and start chasing after Laszlo, the show producer. Laszlo's been a part of the GTA series for decades, most notably appearing as a radio host in previous games, but here he plays a much bigger role. His character is obviously a slimebag, a scumbag trying to take advantage of Tracy, so Michael and Trevor chase him down and put him in his place.
Batteries, huh? I didn't mean anything by it, all right? Oh, yeah? Well, that little girl sat on my lap when she was 2 years old, and I swore to God that I would rip the fucking skin off anyone who fucking wronged her. Look, I'm just a dumb A-list celebrity trying to entertain America, okay? I got a lot of stuff going on right now, dude, besides you trying to kill me. Now, I got multiple sexual harassment lawsuits, plus I'm an addict, all right? And I've relapsed. I can't stop jacking, dude. I jack it in traffic.
What's your talent, huh? I mean, aside from love and sex.
Dude, haven't you seen my show? It's not live, it's not funny. That's my genius. I got no fucking talent.
You clearly ain't being humble, T. You proved your point.
This is your daughter. You should be wanting to rip the fucking ponytail off the back of this guy's head. And you! Pants off.
Okay.
There you go. All right.
What are you doing?
Now, I want you to dance sexy, celebrity.
I mean, I need music or...
Are you trying to fucking annoy me, huh?
I'll dance.
Good. All right, now drop it like it's hot, all right? I want to see you get nice and low. Come on, lower, lower, come on.
Oh, please don't kill me, okay? I'm supposed to be on a magazine cover next week.
All right,
Please,
come on,
no,
get
no.
up. Take off. Go, now, before I change my mind.
I got it all on my camera, you fucking pussy. The world's gonna see your shit.
I'm going home.
How the fuck did you do it without me for 9 years, huh?
Oh, shit. Dave.
We need to talk.
I was about to tell you the same thing.
Okay. Meet me at Galileo Observatory as soon as you can get there.
Okay.
In the mission Dead Man Walking, Dave calls Michael to meet with him because he's got some bad news.
Davey. How you doing?
About as good as can be expected.
But before Dave can tell Michael what he needs, Michael admits to both doing the jewel store job as well as telling Dave that Trevor is alive.
Davey, seriously, you're imagining things.
Fuck you.
All right. I did it. Arrest me. You know what? You'll be saving my life. Because you called it, motherfucker.
What?
You called it.
Trevor.
A couple days ago. But we haven't really talked about anything either.
But if, no, when, he starts asking questions about why you're not feeding worms south of the Canadian border.
This makes Dave realize that he can kind of manipulate Michael now and get him to do whatever he wants. So now, Michael needs to work for Dave.
Together.
So, if your problems are my problems, then I guess that means that my problems are sort of your problems.
Nope.
What if I lose my job? Someone comes into my office, starts reading my files. They'll see the things I did. I know a lot of stuff. I can cop a plea, get 5 years, but you...
Fuck you, you ungrateful prick. I made your career.
Well, then we better go about saving it together, because you and I both know we can't let it go to shit now.
What do you need?
And what Dave needs is a man named
Ferdinand Kerimov.
According to the IAA, Ferdinand is dead, but Dave believes that's a lie. Ferdinand Kerimov, who we'll just call Mr. K from now on, apparently has some information that will put Dave, as well as some of his FIB buddies, in prison. So he needs Michael to go into the morgue and verify Ferdinand's body to see if he's really dead.
So how the hell am I gonna get in here?
Well, you've played dead before, haven't you?
Once Michael wakes up in the morgue, he finds that Mr. K's toe tag is on some random lady. And for some reason, a massive shootout starts with the IAA.
Guess you can't judge a corpse by its toe tag. I found the toe tag. Ferdinand Karamov. It's on some big black lady. Definitely not your guy.
Okay. The agency have the lower floors on lockdown.
Michael jumps out of a window and escapes both the police and the IAA when he calls Dave to figure out what the hell just happened. This is when one of the main subplots of GTA 5's story starts to develop, so I kinda need to explain what's going on. The FIB, who Dave works for, is a parody of the FBI. The IAA, on the other hand, is a parody of the CIA. Now, both of these government agencies are doing some incredibly shady stuff. That is already clear. And what's also already clear is that the two have a massive rivalry going on. A bit of a war, kind of. And that war is for government funding. Both of the agencies want more government funding so they can cover up, you know, all of the shady stuff they're doing. And at this point, Dave reveals to Michael that the real reason he wants Mr. K is because Mr. K apparently has information on a big target, and whichever agency eliminates that target will get a big bump in funding.
That's a consolation.
What's going on?
There's a big target out there. Something in the shadows. The data algorithms are reading off the charts. Whoever finds it, the Bureau or the agency, is gonna get a big bump in funding.
Like I care about your funding. I'm out, Dave.
You're not. I need you to meet my boss. We'll be downtown in the plaza between the FIB and the IAA buildings.
The IAA building? You fucking kidding me after the spat I just had with those agency men?
Relax. They won't be looking there. They never expect an inside job.
After the phone call with Dave, Michael also wants to meet with Franklin. Now, in this cutscene here, Michael tells Franklin that Trevor's alive, first of all, and he also tells Franklin that he's working for the feds now, giving Franklin an opportunity to leave and stop working with Michael if he wants to.
You remember, I told you I know people, feds, who looked after me when I retired?
You did?
Yeah, I did. I think I did. I don't know. Shit, Jesus Christ, Franklin. I got so many stories I can't even keep them straight. I'm full of shit.
Yeah, but your full of shit got me a lot of paper. One score with you, I made more money than I ever did hustling.
I think this shows that Michael actually does care about Franklin, even though, yes, he's definitely still using Franklin in some ways to help with heists and whatnot. There is definitely a part of Michael that cares about Franklin, and that's proud of Franklin. Considering Michael isn't exactly proud of his own kids, it seems as though he's sort of taking on a mentor role, or even a fatherly role, for Franklin. But Franklin, who has already made a ton of money with Michael through the jewel store heist, says he's gonna stick with him and help him. And Michael promises to thank Franklin by taking him on more heists in the future.
Look, Franklin, I'm working for the fucking feds.
Oh, fuck, man.
Oh, fuck, man, yeah, and that ain't even the worst part. I ever tell you about Trevor?
Man, I think so, shit.
Well, if you only think so, then I wasn't being completely honest. He's, hell walking on Earth. That's what he is.
Well, let's bury this motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, good luck with that.
Shit.
Trevor and I got history. Complicated fucking history. Look, I've done a lot of things that I ain't proud of. Okay, I never claimed to be an angel. But you meet Trevor, Franklin, you'll swear I am an angel.
So what's the mood then, man?
I don't know. Fuck. I'm just gonna, try to play both sides. Until I can find a way out of this shit.
All right, man, look, man, you help me. Way I see it, man, the least I can do is help you.
It's a death sentence, Franklin.
Man, I ain't trying to hear all that shit, man. If the Bureau ain't gonna take you to court, them motherfuckers just hustlers anyway. And I ain't finna let no motherfucking cat think he's so motherfucking crazy run me up a tree. Fuck that.
Hey, you're a good kid, Franklin. This means a lot to me. Like I told you, I'm a terrific thief. I'll find something for you. Big. Now, come on. You better take off.
All right, man. I'm with you.
In the Mission 3's company, Michael meets two of Dave's FIB colleagues, Andreas and Steve Haynes.
Steve Haynes, amigo, but you probably knew that already.
Sorry, your name tag must have fallen off.
Oh, duh.
I love it. I gotta remember to write that down. And to shoot you in your head, you annoying dick. Andres, taking notes? This stuff, whoa, pure magic. I should put it on my show.
Steve is Dave's boss, and he also has a TV show in GTA 5 named The Underbelly of Paradise, which is basically a parody of a police or a crime reality show, and pretty early on we can tell what type of character Steve is gonna be.
You will show me and my team some respect.
Maybe you could define team for me. Is that just the three of you? Or the greater FIB? Or the entire government? Because I'm tempted to argue that thus far, we haven't shown a lot of your colleagues a whole lot of respect.
And why don't you start with me, genius?
You got it, pal.
It's at this point we learn Mr. K has been captured by the IAA, and Dave says Michael is gonna break him out, and to help, Dave has already brought in Trevor to fly a helicopter, and he makes Michael call Franklin to essentially use him as a gun for hire.
Motherfucker, all right? Not you!
Hey, T, enough with the faux political bullshit. Franklin, come on, you better take off. Really.
Shit, I'm good. I ain't bailing.
Whoa. What, am I detecting some sort of, son I never had bullshit here, Mikey, huh? Hey, listen, if you want to replace some father figure, you can do a lot better than this fat snake, all right? This fucker would eat his own kids.
Like I said, Franklin, deranged.
Yeah, and best friend.
Exactly. That's Trevor, my best friend. That's Franklin, the son I always wanted.
And we do this, and they help us spring Brad, right?
Yeah. We'll talk about Brad later, all right? I gotta change.
This gameplay sequence where the three break out Mr. K, while nowadays it's still very cool, at the time in 2013 when GTA 5 came out, this was revolutionary. And in fact, this mission sequence was in the GTA 5 gameplay trailer, acting as one of the main selling points for the game. Now that all three characters were in the same mission, you can switch between them and play with different perspectives, all of them working together to achieve the same goal. It is really fun. As for the story though, the three break Mr. K out of the IAA building, and Mr. K insists that he doesn't know anything about what the government wants him to do. He says he just works in home theater. He's not some secret agent. And at this point, Mr. K thinks he's actually been rescued, when really, that couldn't be further from the case, which we'll see in the next mission.
Who are you people?
That doesn't matter.
They said they were government. I do home theater. I'm not a...
I don't care who you are.
Then why are you doing this to me?
Hey, hold tight. I got some friends with the Bureau. They'll explain everything.
You saved me. Thank you. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
The Bureau. The FIB. They will make everything okay.
At the start of the next mission, by the book, we get a quick glimpse of Devin Weston, who will play a big part in the rest of the story later on. But for now, all we know is that he's some sort of rich dude who's friends with the FIB. Trevor also thinks he recognizes Dave, but he doesn't know where from.
You. Where did we meet?
Nowhere, pal.
Yeah, we did. Hey, oh, what are we doing here, huh?
This.
Please, keep this sleep bastard away from me.
Now, it's never been confirmed where Trevor saw Dave, but realistically, he most likely saw Dave on the news when he was getting praised and getting awards for taking down Michael Townley. If Trevor had have realized that in this moment, things would have been very different. The FIB believes that Mr. K is a spy, and in this mission, Trevor will be torturing Mr. K, trying to find info on one of the Azerbaijanis, who the FIB claims is a terrorist, but this never gets verified. Franklin doesn't take part in this mission, so while Trevor is torturing Mr. K, Michael and Dave go around following the leads that Trevor gets them. I still remember the outrage this mission caused when the game came out. 2013 was a very different time for video games. Nowadays, you see a bunch of different things in games, right? You see sex scenes, you see violent murder scenes, torture scenes, all of it. But in 2013, this kind of thing was still very, very new and not common at all. So media sites and news outlets were picking this up and weren't happy with it. In fact, it was actually on the news in a lot of places. While Dave and Michael are out following the leads, we find out that Dave has actually been sending fake letters to Trevor disguised as Brad from prison, which is why Trevor still thinks Brad is alive. But we also learn in this conversation that Brad is the person that was buried in Michael's grave. And at this point, it becomes clear that if Trevor ever finds out that Brad is actually dead and Michael lied to him, things would go off the rails pretty quickly and Trevor would become a massive problem.
This thing with the agency gets put to rest and we don't need you anymore.
Right. And what about Trevor?
What about him?
I need some resolution, Davey. You let him walk. You said you'd clean the whole thing up back in North Yankton.
And you told me it'd be a clean job, no casualties. There were more eyes on that town than there needed.
Yeah, well, according to my eyes, Trevor's your problem, Dave, as much as he is mine.
He's not a problem at all. We're monitoring him. Has he said anything about Brad?
Fuck yeah, he has. Plenty. I keep changing the subject. You know, he thinks you might actually commute Brad's sentence when this is all over.
That's good. Fine work. We'll send another letter. It's about time anyway.
Oh, so that's you who's been sending those fucking letters to Trevor, huh?
Yeah. He thinks they're from Brad, who he thinks is locked up in high security and not 6 feet under in a grave marked Michael Townley.
Through Trevor torturing Mr. K, eventually they find out who the Azerbaijani man is that they're looking for, and Michael takes him out. But throughout the entire torture process, it's pretty clear that Mr. K isn't actually a spy, and that he actually just installed a home theater for the guy they were looking for one time, and that's how he knew who he was. At the end of the mission, Steve tells Trevor to kill Mr. K and get rid of him, but instead, Trevor actually takes him to the airport, telling him to flee the country and never look back.
Run. You're free.
But my family's here.
Your family is probably the ones who got you fucking in here, all right? Now look, trust no one, all right? You're alone now.
Really?
Yeah, really. Now let's go. Fuck off. Come on.
At this point, Trevor takes it upon himself to start planning a heist. And once he learns that Wade's cousin Floyd works down at the docks, Trevor sees this as a great opportunity to start scouting out the port to see if there's anything they can steal. But in order to actually scout out the port, Trevor needs to blend in by pretending he works at the port. During the drive over to the port, Floyd tells Trevor about Merryweather and a massive ship that they have docked at the docks. It's at this point we learn who Merryweather actually is.
Have you noticed anything? Anything different? Anything that might indicate something?
Well, there's been all these Merryweather folks hanging around.
Merryweather security consultant. Private army to the New World Order.
My butt's gone
The
now.
folks waging outsourced shadow wars in 20 countries around the globe and recently cleared to operate on U.S. soil.
That, sounds like them.
So there's a private militia in the port. What are they guarding?
This one freighter, I guess now that you mention it, it ain't quite right.
A freighter. Perfect. Can I get on board?
No, they won't let you anywhere near it. They're kind of assholes about it, actually. The other day, my colleague, Ralph...
I don't give a shit about Ralph. We gotta take a look. Is there anything else?
There's another bunch of Merryweather guys out by the Navy warehouse. They got boats coming in and out. I heard they was testing something.
All right. We'll take a look at that as well.
So thus begins one of the most boring missions in all of the game. These types of missions, where we have to do, like, real-life legal jobs, has kind of been a divisive topic in GTA for a while. A lot of people love these roleplay elements and it gets them more immersed in the game, but a lot of people play GTA for the fast-paced action, the big heists, the fast cars, and this kind of stuff really turns those people off. It's a difficult balance, and it's gonna be interesting to see how Rockstar actually implements these types of features going forward. Anyway, after Trevor's done pretending to work at the docks, he sends some photos of the freighter back to Ron, who's still back in Sandy Shores, to help plan the heist. Now, earlier in the mission, Floyd told Trevor that there's actually more Merryweather guards holed up in a warehouse nearby, so the two head over there, and Trevor steals some important documents to find what Merryweather is actually doing at the port, and if there's anything valuable on the ship.
Say, deliver here.
Hey, stop.
Where the fuck do you think you're going?
You must have got confused. The guy don't speak English. Must have misread the
Manifesto. He said, no,
right, you're gonna have to go it alone.
After successfully leaving Floyd to get beat up by Merryweather, Ron calls Trevor to tell him that there's some serious military tech on board, and it seems like the crew can make some serious money here. So with everything seeming good to go, Trevor goes ahead and grabs the equipment he needs to set up the heist, like a mini-sub. And thus begins the second heist in the game, the Merryweather heist. But before Trevor can even assemble the crew, Floyd wants out, saying that his lady and his union is all he has. But Trevor won't let him leave that easy.
Local union rep. Wade here was injured in the performance of his duties. Human waste has seeped into his very pores, and I am sorry to say this, but I don't think he's ever gonna smell normal again.
You can't go to the union.
You are union, all right? And you vouched for us, all right? You look at him, man. Smell him. No. Smell him.
Trevor, you're planning a robbery on my place of work. You violated Mr. Raspberry Jam, and God alone knows what else. You damaged Deborah. Look, my lady and my union, that's all I got. So why don't we just let this all slide, huh?
If you're comfortable with what's happened to your cousin, then so be it, all right? But I would give him a bath and rinse him off.
No! No bath!
With everything ready to go, Trevor calls Michael and Franklin to the apartment, and in an attempt to save money, Trevor actually wants to cut Lester out of this deal, which Michael and Franklin very strongly advise against.
Did you talk to Lester?
Yeah, I called him. Apparently he's in the hospital having his vagina cleaned or some shit.
He's got a wasting disease.
20% saved.
No, that's not how we work.
Well, you'll forgive me, but that's how we're gonna work this time, all right? We're doing it my way, because as I recall the last time when we did it your way, we all got shot at, you got buried, resurrected, turned into a twat, and Brad ended up in a fucking prison!
Yeah, and Lester told us not to do that job, but we did it anyway.
And Lester seems pretty good, man.
Would you shut the fuck up, all right? And you, Michael, owe me, all right? So this time, we do things my way.
Yeah, and what about after this?
After this, we think about things.
At this point, it's kind of clear that Michael can't piss Trevor off, and he kind of needs to get in Trevor's good books, at least for the time being. So Michael kind of has to go along with Trevor's plan. Franklin, on the other hand, he's happy to help because he wants to make money. So the heist begins. There's two approaches for this heist, just like with the jewel store. One where the crew rob the actual freighter, and another where you can steal the weapon from under the water out near Sandy Shores. To me, the freighter heist just makes a lot more sense, especially considering that we had an entire scope out mission for this location. But anyway, regardless of which option you choose to go with, the heist goes relatively smoothly. Again, making use of being able to switch between characters, just like the Three's Company mission, but things start to go off the rails once the group actually finishes the heist. It's at this point that Lester shows up. And Lester wasn't even involved with this heist, so he wouldn't be showing up unless it was something very important. See, Trevor doesn't actually know what they're stealing, but Lester lets them know that they just stole an experimental super weapon that could start an entire world war, if Trevor actually sells it to the Chinese like he wants to. So they have to return the weapon and make absolutely $0 from this heist.
You should be in bed. Yes, I should be. I would be if certain known associates were busy making themselves enemies of the state. You know, the FIB, Merryweather, IAA. You can fuck with them all day long. But when you try and steal an experimental super weapon and sell it to the Chinese, you and everyone you ever knew is gonna be fucked in the ass, you fucking chumps!
Hold on, man. A super weapon? The Chinese, what?
What you think is in there?
I thought he talked to you.
All right, man, so what now?
Well, maybe I can organize to have it taken back and found amongst the wreckage.
Whoa! Holy fuck, Lester Crest! Holding on and looking good, huh?
Do you have any idea what you did here?
Yeah? I pulled a score. What, are you jealous because you didn't get your 20%?
If that thing doesn't go back, then we will all end up on every watch list in the entire planet.
Watch list? So fucking what?
So they don't watch, they kill. Idiot, we'll all be dead within a week. Think!
After the Merryweather heist goes wrong, the story kind of settles down and goes back to a grassroots perspective for the next few missions, and the player is given a choice whose story they want to progress first. Let's start with Michael, in the mission Did Somebody Say Yoga, where we find Amanda upset at Michael that Trevor is back in their life, and we see Michael and Amanda's relationship reaching a tipping point. Amanda's yoga instructor, Fabian, suggests that Michael should try yoga to help calm himself down, and yet another controversial minigame ensues. Similar to scouting the port a few missions ago, this mission is very infamous in GTA 5. Some players think it's a nice change from the fast-paced action of the story, but most people don't really love it, including Michael, who isn't a big fan of how Fabian is working with Amanda.
Sit downward, though. I'm glad we have helped with your impotence, Mikhail.
What'd you say?
Your sexual energies have been blocked for too long.
Hey, enough of that shit!
Yoga is the answer, Mikhail. But what is the question?
Why am I such a moron?
We are leaving, and we are never coming back.
Good!
You are alone, you pathetic psychopath!
With Amanda unofficially leaving Michael at this point, Michael goes upstairs to check if his son has left as well. To Michael's surprise, Jimmy actually wants to take Michael to meet one of his friends. This friend actually turns out to be Jimmy's dealer, and Jimmy drugs his dad and takes money from his bank account.
I gotta stop. Oh, who's in there? It's harmless. Vets have been using it for decades. What? You anesthetized me? You fucking shit. You from yourself. Also, I took money from your bank account and I'm moving out. What? You're too crazy, Dad. Jimmy!
When Michael comes to, after a short trip, he finds out that his family planned all this, and Amanda officially wants a divorce.
Michael, I think you finally lost your mind. Your recent behavior and the company you've been keeping already had me very concerned. Now you've taken to attacking my Fabian, who is a close friend, and then Jimmy said you took drugs while driving him in your car. We've decided to move out for a while. You promised me you'd change, and you haven't changed a bit. I know you say I always act like I'm in a movie. Well, this isn't that. I think I'm gonna speak to a lawyer. I'm just really confused. Please don't try to contact us and try not to get yourself killed. Amanda.
While Michael's family is leaving him, Franklin, on the other hand, is getting lectured by his auntie Denise and Lamar about not being a good enough gangbanger, because for the past while now, Franklin has been a bit preoccupied with Michael and everything he's got going on. So now, Lamar wants Franklin to help him out with a deal, but unexpectedly, Trevor shows up.
So you giving me a lecture about not being a good enough gangbanger?
Who is that?
Hello, Missy. Wow, Franklin. You never told me that you had a sister.
I'm Denise, Franklin's housemate.
And Aunt, my mother's old dried up ass sister.
Shut the fuck up!
Yeah, shut the fuck up! Here, darling, why don't you go get yourself something nice, okay?
Thank you. Is it $7?
I said something nice, not expensive. You want to be a greedy fucking cow, huh? No. Now get the fuck out of here, all right?
You men are all the same.
Man, what the fuck you doing here?
Here with the boys.
What?
I'm fucking new in town. I'm making friends, all right? Now let's party.
Look, I had plans on getting some rest until this clown and my aunt came and fucked that up.
My nigga, I just came over here to holler at you about the little thing.
Man, I said I'm tired, dawg.
What fucking thing? I love things. I'm the king of things.
I ain't talking to you, homie.
Hey, let's go do something about the thing, okay?
What thing?
I'm talking about the little stretch thing, man.
Fucking beautiful. Perfect. It's a gangbang. Let's go.
It's at this point that the story began to get a bit messy and a bit confusing for me the first time I played back 12 years ago. So it's important to know that Lamar and Franklin were given this job by Stretch, who we met about 10 missions ago. Now, a quick refresher on who Stretch is. Stretch is an OG in the family's gang, and he's currently quite upset with Lamar and Franklin, but particularly Lamar, for kidnapping Dee earlier in the story and creating a lot of tension between the families and the Ballers gang. In fact, in the long Stretch mission, Stretch pretty much admitted that he's okay with selling Lamar out if that helps reduce the tension between the two gangs. And in this mission, that's exactly what Stretch tries to do. Stretch has got Lamar and Franklin, and now Trevor, headed to Grove Street to complete a drug deal. But thankfully, drugs are Trevor's specialty, and he recognizes pretty quickly that it's a setup, and that the Ballers are trying to sell Franklin and Lamar drywall.
Sample? Now we talking.
How about a taste?
No, man, we leaving.
I want a taste of the other side of the brick.
Now you heard what your boy said, you're leaving.
Hey, give me the back! Whoa.
What the fuck?
Did we ask for a key or a fucking ounce?
Man, that's motherfucking drywall. Hey, we got some motherfucking buyer's remorse out here.
You can't fucking hustle a hustler!
After a lengthy shootout and an escape from the cops, Franklin tells Lamar that Stretch obviously set them up, but Lamar doesn't exactly agree, and he just thinks it's bad luck.
Stretch got us in this shit. Man, Stretch got some motherfucking answering to do.
It's at this point that Franklin gains the opportunity to do assassinations for Lester. Now, for the sake of the story, only one of these is required, and that's the first one, the hotel assassination, where Lester wants Franklin to kill Brett Lowry, the CEO of Bilkington Research, essentially to manipulate the stock market and help Lester and the player make a lot of money if they make the correct investments in the stock market before completing the mission. This is definitely an interesting type of mission and an interesting way to make money, and if the player makes the correct investments, they can get extremely rich very fast. Anyway, Franklin successfully completes the assassination for Lester, and at this point, Lester tells Franklin that he's bought a house in the Vinewood Hills, and he needs Franklin to live there. So Franklin is officially out of the hood, and he's finally seeing some progress after working for Michael for a while now.
Hey, it's done.
I know. Good work.
All right, well, shit, let me know about the next thing.
Will do, but before that, I've got to tell you something. Our investment portfolio is getting a little, successful, so I figured we needed some tangible assets, property. So we bought a house in the Vinewood Hills.
Yeah, sure, man, whatever. You know best about this shit.
And we needed someone to live there for tax purposes, so some guys are moving your stuff in.
Oh, shit. Meaning I don't have to live with my crazy-ass aunt no more? Man, I don't know what the fuck to say, dawg.
Don't say anything, especially if a man in a suit comes to the door. I'm joking. That probably isn't gonna happen. It's yours. Enjoy it. 3671 Wispy Mound Drive.
The next mission, Blitz Play, once again brings our three protagonists together, yet again at the hands of Steve Haynes and the FIB. As the ongoing war between the FIB and the IAA continues for government funding, we find out that the IAA has obtained quite the sum of cash from drugs.
We need help with something else. Some of the government, some of it is pretty corrupt.
Not your bit, right?
Yes, but we're corrupt in a good way.
But the agency, they want to encourage panic so they can guarantee their budgets. That's how they get paid.
It's a major problem.
And now they've secured some funds that we need to use in our fight against crime as a way of bribing corrupt officials.
Really? And where are they getting that from?
Drugs. Those bastards love to sell drugs.
Who doesn't?
To make matters worse, this time Steve and the FIB aren't allocating any cash to help the three out, so Michael, Trevor, and Franklin have to figure out how to rob this armored truck on their own. Technically, this is the third heist in the story mode, and while it doesn't really feel like a heist, the mission structure is the same. So Michael, Trevor, or Franklin go out and buy some masks, boiler suits, steal a getaway vehicle, and steal a trash truck, and then the three regroup to take on the heist. In terms of gameplay, this is honestly the most straightforward heist, and doesn't really offer any gameplay variety compared to the rest of them. Franklin rams the armored security, Trevor provides support from the ledge, and Michael gets his hands dirty on the ground. For the most part, the heist goes off without a hitch, but the most interesting part of this heist and mission is actually what happens at the end. After Michael gets the IAA funds from the back of the truck, he heads out to deliver them to Haynes' contact, the billionaire Devin Weston, who we actually met a few missions ago, but this is our first real introduction to someone who becomes one of the main antagonists of the game. Devin Weston actually wants to hire Michael and his crew to go and collect 5 different luxury cars, but Michael's not really interested at first. That is, until Devin finds out that Michael is a massive movie fan. So Devin promises to connect Michael with Solomon Richards, and our partnership with Devin Weston begins.
I remember you. The weekend interrogator. Invest wisely.
Hey, hold on. We're not done here yet. I got a job for you, bro. 5 top quality scores. Big ticket cars. Major payday, bro.
Sounds great. I got just the guy for you. I'll put you in touch.
No. I don't want just some dude. I want you. I want your crew. I want pros on this.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck what you want, pencil neck. I'll let them know you're interested.
I guess I just got you figured wrong, man.
Hey, what's the figure?
Tell me something. You like football? I got a stake in a sports investment venture. You like the market? I got some funds you can manage. Name your poison, man.
I just like sitting around watching old movies.
Oh, there we go. How about I hook you up with Solomon Richards?
Bullshit. Solomon Richards, the movie producer?
He's retiring, man, and I'm doing a finance deal for his studio. I will make the connect just as soon as you...
All right. Oh, man. Solomon Richards.
In the mission I Fought the Law, Michael, Trevor, and Franklin meet with Devin Weston and his assistant Molly. Molly wants the crew to steal 2 cars from some rich trust fund kids, an Entity XF and a Cheetah. Franklin will challenge them to a street race, while Michael and Trevor dress up as cops, pretend to pull them over, and steal the cars. It's a pretty straightforward heist, and it goes off without a hitch. Michael, Trevor, and Franklin challenge each other to a race back to Devin Weston's lockup, but it's at this point that Trevor and Franklin kind of realize that Michael is strangely infatuated with Devin Weston.
Hey, look, Devin Weston, he ain't like anyone you worked for before.
Man, he runs his mouth, wants me to boost cars, and most likely gonna be paying me a fraction of what they worth. It don't sound that different, to be honest.
You must know who this guy is. Look him up. He's the real deal. I've seen his house. He can make things happen.
Now, it's at this point that Trevor actually asks Michael why he's so obsessed with him. Is it just the money, or is there another reason? Now, obviously, we know the reason is Solomon Richards, but Michael straight up lies to both of them, saying that the only reason he's doing this is for the money.
What's your angle, Mike?
What do you mean? Like, how am I gonna beat your ass in this race? Don't worry, I'm taking care of that.
I mean, is it just the smell of green, or is there some other thing with this guy and you? You know, feels funky.
Hey, I'm just trying to do what's best for Frank. You know, help him make the best of the chances he's given.
Hey, if it's about the girl, I saw her first.
Don't get too creepy, all right? She's a professional woman who's doing a job, and leave it at that.
No sexual harassment in the workplace, T. Not on my watch. I'm serious. Both of you, back off her.
Once the crew get the 2 cars back to the lockup, Devin Weston says he will only pay the crew once they get all 5 cars. So there's much more work that the crew needs to do. In the mission Eye in the Sky, Trevor and Franklin use a police helicopter to get the 3rd car for Devin Weston, a Truffade Z-Type. And with 3 of the 5 cars collected, Devin Weston starts trying to convince Franklin that he's not like the other 2 guys. And for some reason, trying to get Franklin on his side. Anyway, more on that later in the story.
Nice. Hey, you know something? You're not like those snowbird retiree pals of yours. You are sharp, man.
Man, I'm just looking for a paycheck for my services.
No, don't worry. It'll come. That'll come. But right now, it is life lesson time, pal. You have got to wake up to what's real in this situation, bro. Take me, right? I am opportunity. I'm security. I'm fast cars, blow jobs. I got the world on a plate. Those 2 clowns, oh man, they are the worst kind of disaster that can ever come down. They are a full core meltdown, and you're just standing there soaking up major radiation. You have got to take stock, man. Make that call, or it's too late.
Meanwhile, in the mission Mr. Richards, Michael finally gets to meet Solomon Richards. Now, if you don't know who Solomon Richards is, he's actually a famous movie producer, and Michael really looks up to him. Now, Solomon and Michael instantly hit it off. They have an instant connection, and Michael is a massive fan. But Solomon actually thinks Devin Weston hired Michael to kill him so that Devin can actually turn the movie studio into a set of apartments and make a ton of money.
Fan.
Huge fan.
Tell me, Michael, Devin Weston, does he want you to bump me off?
No, not at all. He said you were retiring but might need some help on a movie.
Only assholes retire, Michael. Him and my son, they want to put me out to pasture so they can turn this place into condos or a theme park or something.
But this place is a dream factory.
Well, maybe they have different dreams.
And now, secretly, one of Devin Weston's hidden motives is revealed. He wants to shut the movie studio down so that he can put something else in its place. On a more imminent timeline, though, Solomon Richards is upset that his new movie Meltdown isn't going as planned, and the actors currently don't want to work because they want a better deal. But Michael agrees to work with Solomon Richards to convince the actors to complete the movie.
You meant to go home with him! Enough! Enough! Alright, I'll do the shitty movie for the shitty money. I'll do anything you want. I'll blow you. And just stop!
As a thank you to Michael for his help, Solomon offers Michael the role of associate producer on the upcoming movie Meltdown, which of course, Michael immediately agrees to. With 3 of Devin Weston's cars collected, and Michael's business for Solomon Richards taken care of for now, Trevor wants some work. So Michael finds work, but it's for Martin Madrazo. Madrazo's cousin, Javier, is gonna testify against him, so Martin Madrazo wants him killed by Michael and Trevor. Pretty straightforward, so Michael shoots down the plane, Trevor takes care of Javier, gets the documents that Martin Madrazo requires, but things get a little interesting. Trevor calls Michael to tell him not to go back to Martin Madrazo's place, and instead meet him at a different location. Once Michael gets there, we find out that Trevor has done something rather interesting.
The fuck has happened? Why did he have his car?
Piece of turd, huh? No wonder people are stabbing him in the back.
What happened?
Cheap bastard. You know, I really don't know why you mess around with people like that, Mikey. I mean, really, I don't.
Answer fucking question.
I asked for a fair day's pay after a fair day's work. Then he kind of got a little angry. So I admit, I kind of got a little angry.
Did you kill him?
What kind of fucking animal do you take me for? No, I didn't kill him.
Oh, fuck.
But I did kidnap his wife.
Oh, no. Oh, shit. What the fuck did you do?
Oh, I just told you what I just did. Now,
oh, shit.
Unfortunately, I think that we're gonna have to lay low for a little while while, you know, we discuss things with Martin.
Oh, you think?
With Trevor kidnapping Martin's wife, Martin calls Michael and Trevor to let them know that if he finds them, he's gonna kill them. So Michael and Trevor are not allowed to enter the city for this portion of the game, and instead hide out at Trevor's place out in Sandy Shores. Franklin, on the other hand, had nothing to do with it, so he's still in Los Santos and takes it upon himself to get Devin Weston's 4th car. This one is a JB700, which Franklin needs to steal from a movie studio. I really like this mission because of this little Easter egg. If you look at the license plate on the JB700, it's Agent. Now, of course, the JB700 stands for James Bond 700, which if you flip that, it's 007, James Bond. But what's actually cool about this that I really like I said, is that Rockstar was going to make a spy Agent Bond style game back about 10 years ago now, and that game was actually called Agent. But that game eventually got cancelled, but this is still a cool little Easter egg and a nod to that game that never released. Anyway, Franklin successfully delivers the 4th car to Devin, but this time, Lamar, who had noticed Franklin hadn't really been around much, actually tracked his GPS, and Devin wants to bring Lamar on board to become part of the crew.
That's smooth enough, you know, movie people.
You know what the irony is? I'm a major shareholder in that same studio, so what we just did is practically legal. Ha! Practically.
Ooh, shit! Look at this motherfucker. You doing it big, my nigga, on the set.
Lamar, what the fuck are you doing here?
Oh, chirped your boy Trevor. It's fucked up when you gotta get your GPS location on your homeboys through a motherfucking speed freak.
True that. Devin Weston, master of the 2-hour female orgasm.
What it is, Holmes?
Lamar Davies.
He was just leaving.
Hey, not on my account. You looking for gainful employment, homie?
Hell yeah, I'm always trying to get some motherfucking paper.
Just the type of guy I like to work with. Predictable. Hey, we could bring your boy here in on the last part of the shipment.
Oh, yeah, nigga, that's exactly what you could do. That's exactly what you could do right
Man,
there.
look, man,
Exactly.
if you want him in, then you get him to boost the rest of the shit you got. Give me my money and I can go on with my motherfucking life.
Oh, no, am I sensing tension here, Slick? He's the spirit, but you're the brains, am I wrong? I can see it. Look, I need you on point when we move this stuff out of town.
Yeah, whatever, man. Call me when it's done. And after this, make sure we got our motherfucking check, all right?
Ciao, baby.
It is what it is.
Yeah, whatever.
The mission Minor Turbulence starts with Franklin calling to see where Michael and Trevor are. And after finding out they're not in Los Santos, Franklin's gonna take a back seat in the story for the next few missions. During this cutscene, we get another very interesting and strange interaction with Trevor, this time between Trevor and Patricia, Martin's wife.
Listen, beautiful. You know, I'm sorry about everything that's happened. And, I can't guarantee no harm's gonna come to you. I might have to chop you up into little pieces before spraying your pulp mess down the drain, but I really hope it doesn't come to that.
I appreciate your honesty. You are a good man. I can see that.
You need your eyes examined then.
Patricia calls Trevor a good man, which is kind of funny considering what Trevor just said, but also kind of thought-provoking. Because as we covered earlier in the video, Trevor is undeniably a psychopath, and though I wouldn't go as far as to call him a good person, he definitely does have some good qualities that somehow Patricia manages to see. Ron has found us a Merryweather shipment, and Trevor tells Michael to stay put and that he'll take care of this one. During this drive, though, we actually get a cool little bit of insight into Trevor's motivation behind doing all of these heists. See, with Franklin, we know he's trying to make it out of the hood and he's trying to impress Tanisha. With Michael, we know he initially got back in the game to pay back Madrazo, but now he's kind of getting blackmailed by the FIB, along with wanting to work with Devin Weston so that he can impress Solomon Richards. But we don't really know why Trevor is doing all of this. Until now.
What's the end game, man? We had a good thing going without him.
If it's such a good thing, where's my money, huh? Where's my consultancy and my big fat dividend? I want a franchise network, Ron. I want reward cards and merchandise. I want to make gun violence and drug dependency accessible to every man and beast from Hove Beach to Vespucci. I want country clubs and a depressed wife with blonde hair and a hot little secretary who bounces on my boy.
There's Oscar's business. That's bringing cash in.
My stake in Oscar's thing ain't under the TP conglomerate umbrella. I want my own brand success.
It takes time.
Time and money. Sure, and Michael Townley, the Santa, the fuckface, is gonna give that to me.
The Merryweather shipment Trevor is after is in a massive cargo plane, so Trevor gets a crop duster and heads up there to try and steal it. On the way, though, Franklin texts Trevor, saying that there's some dudes looking for him, but more on that in a few missions. Trevor rams the crop duster into the back of the cargo plane, steals the plane, and then manages to get shot down by the military, completely destroying the cargo that he was up there to steal. So sadly for Trevor, yet another unsuccessful heist. In the Polito score setup, Michael and Trevor continue to get reacquainted. Trevor says Michael made a bunch of money and became a turd. Michael calls Trevor a psychopath before the two are interrupted by the FIB.
Go fuck yourself. Are you some kind of pure morally justifiable asshole? What, because you're totally psychotic, somehow it's okay?
I'm honest, all right? You're the hypocrite.
Oh yeah, you're a fucking hero, so far above it all.
Oh yeah? Well, I'm not above ripping open your fucking chest to see what's replaced your heart.
Rip it open! See what's there, baby, because I'm ready.
Hello? Oh, ladies, what's up?
Fuck off!
Listen. I'm sorry, but we've got a problem. Government funding thing.
Despite being out in the desert, that doesn't stop the FIB from coming knocking at Michael and Trevor's door yet again. This time with, you guessed it, yet another government funding problem. Apparently there's a research lab upstate developing and looking to use nerve gas for terrorism. And yet again, the FIB isn't gonna help pay for any of it. So the crew is gonna need to find a way to come up with a few $1 million.
Oh, no worries there. Trevor here, he just came into a lot of money.
Is that sarcasm?
Oh, you're fucking A-right at sarcasm. You fuck. A few weeks ago, I was happily retired, sulking by my swimming pool. My psychotic best friend shows up out of nowhere to torture me over mistakes I made, honest mistakes I made over a decade ago. We, our little posse, are flat fucking broke. But hey, let's go out and spend $2 million on a tandem rotor fucking chopper so I can go steal nerve gas from fucking terrorists. Forgive me, you ignorant fuck. But sarcasm is all I fucking got. Sarcasm!
Yes! Woo! Welcome back, man. It is the old you.
So, in desperate need of a few $1 million, Michael calls Lester to ask him about a bank in Paleto Bay. Lester agrees to take a bus up and meet Michael and Trevor so that they can scope out and test the response time for the Paleto Bank. Lester says the job is doable and starts planning out the heist. When the two get back to Trevor's trailer, we see Michael calling Jimmy to see if his family's okay, but unsurprisingly, Jimmy doesn't answer. Meanwhile, Trevor is sniffing gasoline, and Patricia is cleaning up Trevor's trailer and doing housework. She really seems to have taken a liking to Trevor. That text that Franklin sent to Trevor in Minor Turbulence is finally coming to fruition. It turns out there's still 3 O'Neill brothers looking for Trevor for revenge on him killing their entire family, so Franklin and Chop are tracking them down for Trevor and Michael.
Oh, fuck!
On me! Hey, let's roll on this food, Chop. Do it!
It's at this point we find out that Trevor stole the helicopter in the Mission 3's company, and Michael and Trevor are going to use it to kill the last 3 O'Neill brothers. While this is a relatively straightforward, simple mission that cleans up a few loose ends, it's also a pretty cool Easter egg. This mission is called Predator, and when Michael's sniping the O'Neill brothers from the helicopter, this is actually a throwback and an Easter egg to the movie Predator, with Predator's heat vision. With that loose end tied up and Franklin now out in Sandy Shores, the crew decides to take on the Paleto score.
It's not inappropriate.
It's another one of your fucking disasters. That's what it is. First you take a hostage against my advice, and then you start some kind of crazy high school romance with her? Are you nuts? She's a 60-year-old housewife.
Wow, she's 57. And she thinks that I'm mature.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. 30 years of marriage to the world's angriest mob boss would make anyone insane. You're not making my situation any easier.
Oh, there's a surprise. I knew it would become about you.
I miss my family.
Oh, you're full of shit. All you ever did was ignore them. And now that they're gone, you miss them. Fucking incredible.
I'll tell you what's incredible. Fucking incredible.
Hey.
You mother...
Hey!
What?
Enough! You got me out here. You wrote me into your crazy world of bullshit. If it was lies, new age shit, and arguments about how good life used to be, I could have stayed my ass in Los Santos.
Hello, Franklin.
Despite Michael and Trevor's arguing, the heist is a relative success. The crew break in, steal over $8 million, and escape in Juggernaut suits in, honestly, what was kinda unexpected, and arguably the most high-action explosive heist in the game. As the crew are making their escape in the Juggernaut suits, though, the military shows up, which was kind of unexpected for the crew, but the military showed up most likely because they were storing their dirty money out in Paleto Bay. And when that money gets stolen, they show up again. Anyway, the crew escapes on a train out of the Clockenbell factory, and Agent Sanchez meets them out in Sandy Shores, where he's there to take about 80% of the money stolen from the job. Still not terrible though, with the FIB for some reason taking over $6 million. Each crew member gets about $450,000 to spend on whatever they want. While in the meantime, the FIB will certainly be putting that money to good use in order to set up an upcoming mission for that research facility. But before Michael and Trevor help the FIB out with their business, it's time to make things right with Martin Madrazo. So Trevor comes up with the idea to rob the monthly train, and in the mission Derailed, Michael and Trevor do just that. They steal an expensive statue, and Michael wants to give it to Martin Madrazo along with Patricia to make things right. But Trevor says it's his job, and he's gonna do what he wants with it. That is until Michael promises something bigger that essentially sets up the entire final act of the game.
Perfect.
Perfect for fucking what?
For squaring things with that Mexican psycho. We give him this, and you end your relationship with that little lady. Maybe we won't be dead men in Los Santos.
I don't fucking see that Silicon City again. It'll be too soon. But this is my job, not your call to make.
Nah, your job. Fuck things up with the Mexican to begin with.
My job, my score, get your own!
Wait, you give me that case, I'll give you something bigger.
What?
Union Depository.
Fuck off. Can't be done.
I never said impossible. Just very difficult.
Verging suicidal?
That a line you're afraid to cross? Come on, T. You remember the dreams? Couple kids pulling jobs, a big one. I know it sounded crazy back then, huh? But hey, you and me together again. With Lester and Franklin on board, we can do this thing, T. This ain't no dream no more. Nah. You keep the case.
Fuck me. Okay, hey! All right. Here. Keep that silly fucking thing. And you can keep Patricia as well, all right? Because I respect that lady and I ain't gonna hold her back.
Thank you.
Just remember, I'm gonna be keeping my eye on you every inch of the way, all right?
Of course.
And if that bastard fucking cheats on her one more time, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You know, Trevor, we both know you're not the marrying kind. But hey, it's great to be back in business, huh? Let's bring it on.
The big one! The big one!
Now it's time to, yet again, help the FIB and put that money we stole from the Polito score to good use. And allegedly, potentially actually save the world, if you believe Steve Haynes, that is.
Who the fuck are we saving it from this time?
This is the real deal. My sources are convinced there's a plot in international affairs, you know, the agency, and they're using this facility to make a serious nerve toxin.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Which they plan in their mind-blowing insanity to let a major terrorist release on a metropolitan area so they can continue to get funding. Nothing increases funding for fighting terrorism more than successful acts of terrorism.
All right. So let me get this straight then.
No, there is no getting it straight. That's the point. Now we're doing this. You two are on getaway. Fuck off and make it happen. Michael, you're with us.
So Michael, Steve, and Dave get in some scuba suits and infiltrate humane labs from underwater. I always find that underwater missions in video games are extremely difficult to make interesting. And thankfully, this underwater section isn't that long. And I don't know if I'm just being pessimistic, but I think Rockstar's got a little bit of a problem on their hands going forward, especially with GTA 6, for example. Because water doesn't play that much of a role in GTA 5, but in Vice City and GTA 6, it's going to play a big part. So I hope Rockstar can find a way to evolve this underwater formula and make it a bit more interesting going forward. Anyway, Michael, Steve, and Dave successfully steal the nerve agent, but on their way out, security and the IAA are onto them. Trevor does come to pick them up in a helicopter, but as Steve Haynes says,
that bird goes down and takes half the West Coast with it.
You know what? If you're done puking up excuses, how about we come up with a solution?
Okay.
So Steve stays behind and shoots himself in the leg to try and convince the IAA that he's a double agent. But this probably isn't going to work. It seems at this point that the IAA is onto Michael, Trevor, Franklin, and the FIB. Michael, Trevor, and Dave successfully deliver the nerve agent to Sandy Shores Airfield where Franklin is waiting for them. And Trevor finally decides to return Patricia to Martin, which allows both him and Michael to return to Los Santos for the final chapter of the game.
No. Stay.
You better treat her right, man! I will, amigo! Yeah, otherwise, the other ear!
Of course. The way I see things, you and me and Michael, we're friends now. Good friends. Such good friends that we will make a great effort to avoid one another.
That's fucking perfect!
Thank Michael for the statue. It is exquisite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will.
Trevor wastes absolutely no time, and as soon as he gets back to Los Santos, he goes back to visit Floyd, Wade's cousin. And this time, we finally get to meet Deborah, who Floyd has spoken so much about. It's at this point we learn that Deborah doesn't really even love Floyd at all. She cheats on him, and she doesn't respect him. And that's when tensions rise.
Yes!
There. You made me swear. You're crap, Floyd. Crap! You're not a man at all. Bob's right about you.
Oh, who's Bob?
I want both of you to go now. You and your weird friend.
Whoa! Hey! My name is Trevor, sweetheart.
I could give a fuck what your fucking name is. I'm not afraid to use this. I'm not. Bob taught me.
Fuck Bob!
You people are not very fucking nice!
It's assumed that Trevor killed at least Deborah, and Floyd somehow died. Whether Trevor killed him or Deborah did, we don't know. But I'd say that's definitely one of the more undeserved deaths in GTA 5, for Floyd, that is. And it just adds yet another chapter into the interesting dilemma of Trevor Phillips. He simultaneously treats Floyd like shit and uses him at every given opportunity, but when Deborah disrespects Floyd, Trevor stands up for him. Again, just showing this fascinating dilemma of Trevor being loyal, but simultaneously treating people like crap and scaring them into working with him. So at this point, if Trevor is going to be in Los Santos to rob the Union Depository, he needs a new place to live, because he can't live with Floyd anymore. So he decides to take over the Vanilla Unicorn, and wastes no time in killing the owner and living there.
Before you ask, the fridge is broken.
With the Vanilla Unicorn as the crew's new base of operations, it's time to scope out the big one, the Union Depository. So Trevor and Lester head out to Trevor's airfield to get his helicopter, while Michael and Franklin scope out the bank itself. On the way to get Trevor's helicopter, Trevor pitches Lester the idea to break Brad out of prison.
You mentioned a job before. Help you with?
I ain't even talked to Mike about it yet, but he's gonna be on board. He's obligated.
What is it?
Ain't it obvious? Busting Brad out of the clink.
Why don't you talk to Michael about it?
Oh, fine. Shit. I was gonna pay you, man. When there ain't an obvious profit in something, you're a hard guy to motivate.
Be careful not to get too close to the prison. We'll trip an alarm. Good point. Don't want him jumpy for the breakout. Ah, yeah.
Now, of course, Lester knows Brad is actually dead, so he kind of just tries to brush it off and tells Trevor to talk to Michael about it. Some interesting conversations aside, Trevor and Lester follow some vans and find a way to get into the bank, as well as a potential way out of the bank using the helicopter and this massive construction hole in the ground. With some rough plans in place, everyone heads back home, and yet again, the topic of Brad comes up. This time, from Franklin.
So you gonna tell me about this Brad dude and the deal with the FIB? What happened in North Yankton back in the day anyway?
This ain't the time.
Man, we're about to go in together on the biggest job ever being pulled. There ain't ever gonna be a better time to fill me in on this shit.
It's complicated, all right?
Fuck it, I'ma ask Trevor.
Don't ask Trevor.
Shit, man, you sound shady, dawg. Real shady.
We'll talk, all right? Just later.
The next mission, Bury the Hatchet, is a tipping point for the story. And in my opinion, the opening cutscene for this mission is one of the best in the entire game. Because it's at this point that Trevor realizes Michael doesn't care about him at all, and that he's a liar. But it's also an important moment for Michael, where it seems like he realizes what's really important in his life. Now, while Trevor might be a complete psychopath, he's not stupid. And in this cutscene, he realizes what Michael has been hiding from him for this entire time.
I got money. It just makes you miserable. I want to make movies.
Great. It's great. And, so where exactly does this leave me in the second act of your life?
We're gonna do this last big job, and then we're gonna dissolve the partnership.
This is not a game to me! Alright, this is a fucking way of life.
I got a fucking family!
Yeah, well, I got nothing! No one gives a fuck about me!
I do.
Oh, fuck you! I saw your grave. I mourned you. And then it turns out that everything I fucking thought about you was wrong. Everything. You're not dead, and you're not a man.
Well, what the fuck are you?
I'm your fucking nightmare!
Yeah, enough with your goddamn threats!
Let me just ask you something, all right? Something I've been thinking about. Up in North Yankton, exactly who was buried in your place?
I never gave it any thought.
You know what I'm thinking?
I had no clue.
You treacherous piece of shit! You're fucking dead! You're fucking dead!
We're headed back to North Yankton, but this time Trevor finds out what happened to Brad, and Michael and Trevor have a standoff. Now, from what we know about the characters at this point, it's no surprise that Trevor doesn't shoot Michael. That's one of his only friends he's got left. But it's interesting that Michael doesn't shoot Trevor either. As Trevor said, he doesn't have the guts. But as soon as Trevor's back is turned, Michael tries to shoot Trevor in the back. Honestly, a great metaphor, I think.
Now pull the fucking trigger! You ain't got the guts. Take the fucking shot! Who is that? Fuck! God! Fuck!
Trevor Phillips! Mr. Cho has requested a word!
But anyway, the two get interrupted by the Chinese. And not just any Chinese, Wei Cheng, which you might have to think back a while to remember. We haven't really heard about the Chengs since we first met Trevor. The Chengs successfully kidnapped Michael, and on Trevor's flight back to Sandy Shores, we learn why. Wei Cheng says that Trevor's business out in Sandy Shores is causing a lot of problems. See, the Chengs want to move their business out into Blaine County, but Trevor is stopping that from happening. And the Chengs have now kidnapped Michael because they think he's Trevor's boyfriend. Kinda funny. So Wei Cheng tells Trevor to stop his business out in Sandy Shores or he'll kill Michael. And Trevor doesn't seem to care. Just as Trevor arrives back at his airstrip, he gets a text from Lamar telling Trevor to meet him for the final car delivery for Devin Weston. So that's where we head next. In the mission Pac-Man, Lamar and Franklin successfully steal the final car for Devin Weston, which surprisingly is completely unguarded. Turns out the police were tracking it, and we'll find that out shortly, and the two take the final car to the truck that Trevor is ready to drive all the way up to the top of the map for Devin Weston and Molly. Since it's a pretty long drive up there, Franklin decides to have a nap, and in the meantime we get some of the funniest lines of dialogue in the entire game, with Trevor and Lamar finally talking to each other for only like the second time in the entire game. And man, this is something I really wish we got more of. These two characters are absolutely hilarious when they're together.
Hey man, where that other dude? The dude that creeped on that dude.
Michael, his creeping days are done.
Well, what you mean? He stopped creeping?
No more creeping for him.
He like retired from creeping?
From everything.
That's funny cause like the boy Frank didn't mention shit about that, and as a matter of fact, I don't even know the dude, but considering the mutual acquaintances we got, I would have liked an invite to the retirement party.
There weren't no party.
No party?
I used the term retirement euphemistically.
Homie, for a dude that kills dudes and eats dudes and fuck dudes, you talk fruit.
It's unconfirmed.
What's unconfirmed? The fact that you talk stupid or the fact that you do some messed up shit? Or where the other dude's at? Like, maybe he's dead.
The last one.
Oh, shit, man. Fuck. Do Frank know about this?
I don't know if Franklin knows, but let's just let him sleep.
After some hilarious dialogue, Franklin is woken up by the sound of police sirens. The cops are onto them for stealing all of these vehicles. And Franklin decides to use the JB700 to fight them off, which is honestly an extremely fun sequence. I think Rockstar was cooking with this one. After successfully escaping the cops and delivering all of the cars, the crew meets Molly out there. Not even Devin Weston, he didn't show up. And it's at this point we learned that the crew isn't gonna get paid for the job, at least not yet. Devin Weston is supposedly gonna invest their funds and give it to them at a later date. Maybe. Possibly. Who knows?
Where Devin at? Somewhere meditating or ripping somebody off?
In light of the drama your efforts caused, we felt it was not perhaps the best idea for you two to be seen together for a while.
Where's the money?
Mr. Weston is one of the most brilliant investors the world has ever known. He's obviously a maverick, but he's also rigorous in his research.
Yeah, he may be brilliant. Look, let me be the first to tell you. He ain't gonna fall in love with your ass. Now where the fuck is my money?
The best thing that could have happened to you in this situation has happened. He is going to hold your money, invest it in his Alpha Fund, and make the funds available to you at a time as the transfer will not induce any undue attention.
Which is a polite way of saying I'm getting robbed? Are you fucking kidding me?
That is a short-sighted and frankly immature way of seeing things, Mr. Clinton. Let's go.
I boost cars and pop motherfuckers. Maturity is not really my fucking thing.
The next mission, Fresh Meat, has Franklin rescuing Michael. But before we get into the mission, did you know that most of this entire first cutscene was completely unscripted and improvised?
Fuck up! Thank you. Oh, my N-word, huh? What's up, homie, huh? Oh. Oh, is that how you act, huh, when a friend makes a mistake, huh?
No,
really?
man.
Oh,
No.
what? Oh, so what? It's just me getting hurt? Is that funny?
No,
huh?
man.
Well, fuck you! I'm gonna put you in the fucking ground. You laugh at me again.
Man, calm down.
I have met a lot of assholes in my life, but you, oh, you're not long for this world if this is the way you fucking act. You little jumped-up motherfucker!
Look, how about this, man? Calm down. It was funny at first, man. I made a mistake. Unfortunately, man, you failed. It was funny, all right? I apologize.
I accept your apology. Okay? All right, so let's hug it out. Mm-hmm. Nah! Nah! Right? Yeah,
So
fucking
funny,
gotcha! Oh, fuck! No, I'm not funny! Fucking asshole! Oh, fuck! I had a difficult childhood.
Damn, man, you all right?
I'm just fucking on edge, you know? Look, I love you, right? But I would've just fucking...
Look, man. Lester said you had some information for us about Michael.
Yeah, apparently the actor for Trevor, Stephen Ogg, didn't actually mean to trip over and fall, so the entire sequence after that was completely improvised. After recovering from his crash out, Trevor tells Franklin that Michael was kidnapped by the Chinese, but he refuses to help. So Franklin gives Lester a call, and Lester tracks his phone, leaving Franklin alone to basically take on the entire Chang triads and save Michael, which he actually does. Good job, Franklin. On the drive back to Michael's house, the two catch up. Franklin tells Michael about what happened with Devin Weston and the cars, and maybe unsurprisingly, Michael says maybe it's a good thing that Devin Weston's investing the money. But yet again, it's for selfish reasons, because Michael wants the thing with Solomon Richards to work out, so he doesn't want to piss Devin Weston off.
Only he ain't paid us yet. Says he gonna invest the fucking money.
Well, he's a clever guy. You know, that might not be such a bad idea.
Are you fucking serious?
Look, Franklin, you're gonna get your money, okay? From the sounds of it, you'll even get some interest, too. And I got this other deal with Weston down at the film studio. So we gotta wait for that to play out before I got any leverage over your deal.
For real?
Michael also comes clean about Brad, though reluctantly Franklin had to push him. And even though Franklin might have already kind of known, this is the first time that Franklin really understands who Michael is. A liar and a snake, who will do whatever he has to do to protect himself.
Hey, sure you don't want to come in?
What, your big empty-ass house? Dog, I'm depressed enough already.
All right. Well, listen, thanks.
Look, man, before you go, what the fuck happened up there?
I said, Trevor went crazy, tried to kill me, I got jumped by the Chinese.
Man, before all that, I'm talking about the feds. Trevor, this guy Brad, man.
I know what you meant. All right. Look, I made a judgment call. I don't know if it was the right one. I did what I thought I had to do. I had a young family, Franklin. I was running with a crew of crazy motherfuckers with nothing to lose. I saw it out. A future for me, for my family. I took it.
You took it? Man, you burned every motherfucker you've ever known.
It was that or die. Look, I know it sounds cold. I don't expect you to understand it. Not yet, but you will. When you got ties of your own. Look, you wake up one day and your legs, they just give. You just can't run anymore.
It's time to finish up our business with the FIB. In the mission cleaning out the Bureau, Lester tells Michael that the Union Depository job is on hold because they can't do it without Trevor. So for now, that's gonna have to wait. But the IAA and the FIB themselves are on to Steve Haynes. They know all of the shenanigans that have gone on so far, and it's Michael and his crew's job to break into the FIB and destroy all of the evidence. If he does it, Steve Haynes promises to clear Michael's record.
Because the agency's onto us. I've even got some fools in our own bureau that are questioning my methods. Think I'm a liar, a cheater, some kind of a killer and a thief.
So?
So, there's some evidence, and I need you guys to find out what they know.
All right, so what? You want Lester here to hack into the system, wipe it all clean?
No, that will not work. The only way to access it is through your buildings.
Fuck me.
Michael, you'd be doing me a very big favor. And if you do this, I will make sure that all your files are deleted. I promise you.
Hey! It's the last thing we do, and we're done. Period.
Of course. I'm a man of my word.
So, Lester comes up with a plan. Michael is going to break into the FIB disguised as a janitor. So, they tail a janitor from the FIB and steal his outfit and ID. They'll also need a physical copy of the blueprints for the building, so Franklin tells the architect and steals the blueprints. With everything ready, it's time for the Bureau raid. Michael assembles a crew, and the player is given two options, the covert approach or the roof approach. Covert has Michael sneaking in as a janitor and planting sticky bombs, and the roof approach has the players skydiving in directly to the top floor of the Bureau and erasing the files that way. But first, Lester burns down his garment factory. Why, you might ask? Well, two reasons. First, so they can't trace any evidence of breaking into a government facility directly back to them, and also so that he can claim it on insurance. If it burns down, he can do that, so it's a win-win. Officially, this is the 5th heist in the single player, but only the 3rd heist that gives you multiple options. Most players, though, will choose the roof approach because, while it's pretty cool if you like roleplay, the covert approach, when you sneak in as a janitor, literally has you mopping up shit off the floor, whereas the roof approach is a lot more high octane and high action. Regardless of which approach you choose, the heist is successful, and the crew successfully deletes the files on Steve Haynes and the FIB. After another successful heist, Michael and Franklin regroup with Lester to celebrate. But Michael doesn't stay for long. He's going to catch up with Steve Haynes and Dave to make sure they're true to their word, and that their business with them is finally done.
All right, boys, I hate to break up the ritual, but I gotta go square things up with Davey and Dickwad.
For serious?
Hey, I just want them to know that now that we did this thing for them, and we have the evidence that we did this thing for them, that we can all go our own separate ways, you know?
In the next mission, the wrap-up, we, well, get to wrap up the storyline of the FIB and the IAA. And this is absolutely one of the funniest cutscenes in the entire game. So let me try and explain what's going on here, because there's quite a lot if you don't keep track. So the cutscene starts off with Dave telling Michael that the FIB isn't going to cut him loose after all, and they're going back on their word.
Things are not going to work out quite that way. There's a bit of a problem.
That's right, Davy boy, you could say that.
Steve, I told you I would handle this.
Oh, because you've handled everything so fucking well so far, haven't you?
We're then interrupted by Steve Haynes and Agent Sanchez, who come in and say that Dave is also not getting cut loose, and that he's there to arrest both of them, essentially trying to throw them under the bus and clear his name for all of the dealings that they've done across the story so far.
Why?
Why?
Because you don't want me to testify in court about our various business dealings, right?
Agent Sanchez, apprehend the suspect!
Agent Sanchez, you'll do no such thing. Now, Steve, we agreed to speak to Michael, to try and explain things to him. Not this. This causes problems for us all.
Okay. Then put your gun down and we'll talk.
After you, buddy.
Come on, where's the trust?
You can do better than that.
They know or think they know that I'm the one that was behind the incident.
Uh-huh. And now you want me to clean up your mess again. right?
But we're then interrupted by the IAA, who is on to everyone in the situation.
Now, boys, fun time is over. We've got you. Anti-American activity.
Put your weapons down, all of you!
After that, we're then interrupted by the FIB Special Forces, who were sent by Agent Sanchez to go after, well, mainly Steve Haynes, but everyone, yet
I
again.
love my country!
Put the weapons down.
Fuck you!
And then finally, it doesn't stop there, we're interrupted by Merryweather, who's most likely here for Michael, mainly, for the multiple times that he and his crew have robbed them over the story with the Merryweather heist, as well as minor turbulence.
Put your gun down.
Oh, same goddamn leg!
Go!
Fuck! Bullshit!
So the entire thing is just one massive Mexican standoff with everyone turning on everyone and every agency trying to be as corrupt as humanly possible, which results in a massive shootout trying to get out of the court center. Michael and Dave work together, but Michael starts to get overrun, that is, until Trevor shows up out of nowhere, with his justification for showing up being if anyone's gonna kill Michael, it's gonna be him. But after everyone escapes from the police and the forces coming after them, we find out the real reason Trevor came to save Michael, and it's the Union Depository.
I've been meaning...
I've been meaning to tell you, what, homie, what have you been meaning to tell me, huh? That you stabbed me in the back, or that you were, and always will be, a worthless wretch who deserves to be put under.
Yeah, well, what the fuck did you come back for?
Oh, you know why.
Oh, no.
One last score. Mm-hmm. And if it goes good, guess what? I don't have to put a little bullet in your head. But if it goes bad, well, that's okay too. Because then you and I get to go to hell. And I get to spend the rest of eternity with you, tormenting you.
Well, I guess it's on then.
But we can't go robbing the UD just yet, because we've got a few loose ends to tie up with the story. And that starts with the mission reuniting the family, as Michael, where the mission starts with Jimmy returning home, and airing out all of his dirty laundry to his dad, saying that he wants to love him, but that Michael makes it really hard for him to do that. But maybe the more important matter at hand is Jimmy telling Michael that his wife Amanda really just wants Michael to show that he gives a shit about her. So that's what Michael goes to do.
She's mad at you. She's scared that you're gonna die, and she wants you to go over there and prove that you give a fuck.
All right.
While Michael is undeniably a terrible person, as the story has progressed, we've seen a little bit of character development for him, as he's really starting to wake up to what's important in life for him. While he absolutely still is a snake and a liar and a complete psychopath, like we've seen over the past few missions, the events of the game have made Michael realize that the things he really wants in life are to make movies, something he's passionate about, and his family. And while he's seemingly making a bit of progress on his career aspirations with Solomon Richards at this point, this is the first time we really see him take steps into showing his family that he actually cares about them. So Michael and Jimmy go and get Amanda back from Fabian.
I'm trying to write a screenplay.
Shush,
here.
woman.
Hey, Amanda. Fabian.
Michael?
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Jimmy.
These two, a picture of holistic well-being, I don't think.
Hey.
Maybe they shit once a year between them.
Hey, that's my son!
Amanda, come. I have a new unitard on hold. You must pay for it.
Hey!
Hey!
Buddy, I'm gonna ask politely that you show my wife a little respect.
Red meat has been blocking your chi as well as your digestive tract.
I ain't even gonna go there. I'm gonna ask you one time, nicely.
Michael, just hit him, please.
Shush, woman!
Anything for you, sweetheart.
What are you I had some really good work there, you dick!
I'm meaning to say to you, I just...
What he's trying to say, Mom, is that he's a pathetic, old, drunken mess, and he needs you. And you could do a lot better than a prima donna yoga instructor with an anal fixation.
Someone say...
Shut up!
I guess we could try.
All I'm asking for is a shot.
Neutral ground. Dr. Friedlander's office.
It's perfect. All of us. I'll pick up Tracy and bring her there. Meet you?
Fine.
Now the only family member that Michael needs to make things up to is Tracy, who at this point is yet again meeting Laszlo from Fame or Shame, where Tracy is trying to get back on Fame or Shame by any means necessary. But Michael, realizing that he wants to be a good father now, let's just say convinces Laszlo to put Tracy back on the show and to make her look good. With the entire family on board, they go for a group counseling session to try and work things out. And while, let's just say this counseling session doesn't necessarily go great,
Michael, could you please stop murdering people? Michael, could you please stop endangering me and the both of your children? You kill people and then you sit in the sun and drink and feel guilty about it. That is not work.
I don't see you complaining on the way to the fucking bank.
I mean, let's face it, Amanda. We're trailer trash, you and me. We were taught to do this.
Get a center, Michael. You have no center.
How about you suck my cock? Huh?
It at the very least ends with Michael and Amanda agreeing to work on it with each other, and the family decides to move back home.
Take care now.
Hey, so you gonna come home with me or what?
Guess we'll give it a try.
Now we switch back to Franklin, where unexpectedly Tanisha actually shows up at his house. And if you forgot who Tanisha is at this point, I don't blame you. Again, it's been about 2 hours since we've mentioned her. But Tanisha is Franklin's ex-girlfriend, who he really wants to be with. So, of course, Franklin is going to do whatever she says. And what she needs is Franklin to go and save Lamar, who's been kidnapped by the Ballers now.
The hood. Him, Stretch, and all the motherfucking clowns. All they want to do is drag a motherfucker down and live in the past.
And this is the future? A big empty house with nobody who gives a fuck about you.
Well, shit, it works for me, it can work for you, babe.
I'm getting married, Franklin, to a doctor, not a murderer.
Then what the fuck you doing here, Tanisha?
I'm worried about Lamar. You gotta help him, Franklin.
Man, that shit is over.
Oh, I'm a legitimate businessman now, sister. I'm a CEO, an investor. I'm a Illuminati. I'm a fucking moron, nigga. You a phony fuck.
What?
I ain't saying you gotta marry the fool. I'm saying he's about to get killed over that deal you and him put on with Stretcher set him up.
Fuck, man. My whole fucking life I've been looking after this motherfucker and paying the price afterwards. Fuck.
Well, at least do it one more time, Franklin, for me.
So, on his way out to save Lamar, Franklin gives Lester a call, saying that he needs the help of both Michael and Trevor. Lester says that the two aren't talking to each other, but he'll see if he can get them both out there to help. One of the things that makes me incredibly sad about Franklin's story is how undercooked a lot of it seems, especially with how misunderstood his storyline with Stretch is. See, at this point, because the story is so all over the place, most people don't even know why Lamar got kidnapped, so let's give a quick refresher so that this all makes sense. We have to go back to the very start of the story where Franklin and Lamar kidnapped Dee, one of the Ballers. Dee tried to set up and get Franklin and Lamar killed in the mission The Long Stretch, which resulted in Stretch, who's part of the CGF, to kill Dee because he didn't quite understand that Lamar and Franklin kidnapped Dee a few missions before. So we have to remember Stretch is one of the OGs in the CGF, and while he was in prison, he was crossing lines with a lot of the Ballers, essentially trying to reduce the tension between the two gangs, kind of make peace. But Franklin, and mainly Lamar, screwed that up by kidnapping Dee. Then all of that got worse when Stretch ended up killing Dee, so basically, ever since then, Stretch has been trying to get Lamar killed in order to make amends between the CGF and the Ballers. But because of how scattered GTA 5's story is and how many storylines they're trying to juggle, a lot of players just forget this, and really it isn't explained that clearly, which is why it's incredibly confusing to a lot of people. Anyway, Lester does manage to get Michael and Trevor out there to help Franklin and Lamar. The crew take out a bunch of the Ballers, rescue Lamar, and deliver him back home, where we get, honestly, a pretty interesting cutscene between Franklin and Lamar. See, if we think back to the very first cutscene with Franklin and Lamar, Franklin wanted to move up in life and do more. But Lamar was happy just being in the hood doing what he's doing. And what's funny, in one of the final cutscenes of the game between Franklin and Lamar, it's the same dynamic. Franklin, at this point, has moved on from the hood. He's got himself a nice house, and he's making quite a lot of money, to be honest. But Lamar is in pretty much the exact same spot. And at this point, there's even a bit of jealousy towards Franklin, to the point where Lamar is asking for money. But despite the arguing, the two are still friends. And Franklin tells Lamar if he got his act together, he'd get more work, but if something comes up, he'll put his name forward.
You know your nigga out here doing BAD, man. Why don't you slide me a few dollars or something? You know what I'm talking about? It's hard out here in the set.
Oh, shit, my nigga, that's nothing.
Shit, nigga, I know you done went all Illuminati and shit, you know what I'm saying? Leaving the street niggas in the back, but... Damn, man, way to keep a nigga down, my nigga. I mean, thank you, I guess. It's payment for all the work a nigga put in for you getting them cars and shit, you know what I'm talking about? Give a nigga just enough money to get him a little 40 ounce in a bucket of chicken on the way to the po house, huh?
Man, don't be like that, dawg. Cause number one, I never got paid for them motherfucking cars. Number two, I saved your motherfucking ass. No matter how many times you and that tiny motherfucking brain of yours have tried to get us killed, I saved you, dawg.
Supposed to, my nigga. I thought we was homies for life.
Me too, but I thought we was trying to get out of this bullshit. You live in a fantasy, homie. The best thing you can hope for is a big turnout for your motherfucking funeral.
Nigga, ain't nobody coming to your funeral.
What? Man, what about all the motherfucking times I saved your life, homie? What about that?
Oh, thank you, homie. Thanks for leaving your nigga in the backfield.
You know what, my nigga? If your ass can just act civilized, you would get some work. But instead, you want to be this gang-banging, mad-dogging asshole.
Oh, my bad, Mr. Gold Card. Excuse me, sir. Thank you for helping out a post-street nigga like me, sir. You can go now, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Nigga, who you think I am, nigga?
Fuck you, Lamar.
Nah, fuck you, F, nigga. I thought we was homies, nigga. But that's some shit that just got past you, my nigga.
You know what, dawg? If something good comes up, I hit my dude, man. Chill out, all right?
Yeah, whatever, nigga. You just hit me when you find out what the true concept of friendship is, nigga. We came from the sandbox together.
Waiting around the corner after this conversation is Steve Haynes and Dave, who apparently are on talking terms and aren't actively trying to kill each other now, and they tell Franklin that when the time is right, they need him to kill Trevor. They tell him that they'll be able to keep Michael under control, but Trevor they won't be able to keep under control, which is why they need Franklin to kill him, which... honestly, in my opinion, is a bit strange, but we'll talk about that after we finish the story recap.
When the timing's right, you're gonna take old Trevor and put him out to pasture, homie.
Michael will be sensible, but Trevor won't be.
Trevor is a liability that none of us can afford.
Man, Trevor saved you. He saved both y'all asses.
And it's unfortunate.
Hey, when we give you the word, you're gonna do this thing.
Man, get Michael to do it. Me and Trevor cool, dawg.
Michael can't do it. Trevor won't let him near.
That's why it's up to you, homie.
For the next 3 missions, we'll be returning to Michael's movie studio storyline, starting with the mission Ballad of Rocco. This mission opens with Rocco Pelosi, who is actually the manager of the actors that Michael convinced before to continue working with Solomon Richards. Well, anyway, Rocco isn't happy about what Michael and Solomon did to their actors, and they're beating up Solomon Richards as a result. So Michael chases them down and, well, he kills Rocco Pelosi and his associate Johnny. When Michael returns to Solomon Richards, as a way of saying thank you, Solomon shows Michael his own name as the associate producer on the upcoming movie Meltdown.
Yeah, it turns out maybe I'm cut out for the movie business after all, huh?
My friend, you're a sentimental thug with zero artistic training and nothing interesting to say. I would say you're overqualified. Anyway, shut up and take a look at that.
Oh. Fucking A.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Feels like I've finally done something with my life. Actually done something. A movie.
Welcome to show business. Nothing but make-believe will ever feel quite real again. All right, Michael, come on. Let me show you some rushes. I think you're gonna love it, but it'd be great to hear your notes.
Hey, baby. I just wanted to tell you, I'm finally doing something with my life. I'm making a movie. A real one. Call me.
Michael later returns to Solomon's office in the mission Legal Trouble, where this time, instead of finding Solomon, he finds Devon and Molly. And it's at this point, Devon's plan for the movie studio is finally revealed. He wants to scrap the movie this late into production, because that way he'll get an insurance payout, and he can then use that money to turn the studio into condos or apartments, where he can make a bunch of money tax-free.
town is about to get fossilized.
What are you talking about?
Look, the movie's nearly done, so if the plug's pulled now, the investors, meaning us, get a massive insurance payout. Meanwhile, I can use that to get the other major shareholder, the old bastard's idiot son, to agree to tear this relic down and let me redevelop the area for condos. And in this economy, the city's gonna let me build tax-free. I might even get some rebates. It is a brilliant thing, and it is all thanks to you and Molly's eye for the details of the insurance policy.
Michael, they're fucking us! The suits! And they don't even wear suits! Wolves in turds' clothing!
Try not to take it too badly, Mr. Richards.
Were you ever a human being?
Look, people used to like films, now they like what? Videoing themselves, beating off on their iFruit phones. Don't blame me. I'm a very spiritual person. I feel badly about this. But evolution is evolution. Gentlemen, Molly, namaste.
Can I take the film now, Mr. Richards? My plane leaves in 25 minutes.
Can't we do something? At least let me finish the picture, then close the place down.
I'm afraid our timetable doesn't allow for that. Goodbye, Mr. Richards.
Michael, of course not wanting the movie to get scrapped, starts chasing Molly to the airport. While Michael's chasing her, Molly freaks out, thinking Michael's trying to kill her, when Michael says he just wants the film back. He's not trying to kill her, but anyway, I guess we'll never know what would have happened, because after a massive cop chase around the entire airport, Molly ends up dying by being sucked into a jet engine, and somehow the film itself is completely unscathed, and Michael collects it to take it back to the movie studio.
He's a killer!
Lady, you need a friend!
I'm just a white-collar criminal, but he's a real one!
You can't be in here!
Out of my way!
Oh, stop! Look out! Oh! That didn't have to happen!
In the mission Meltdown, it's time for Solomon and Michael's movie Meltdown to finally premiere. And while Michael's on the way to the premiere with his son Jimmy, Devin Weston gives Michael a phone call.
Jimmy, shut up a second. Hey, Devin, look. I need to say about Molly, man, I'm sorry, but I didn't do it.
I told you to slow it down, Slick.
It was an accident. I was there, but I had nothing to do with it.
Sure, yeah, hey. You made a fool out of me, Michael, and that is something I'm not gonna forget.
Look, Devin, I said I'm sorry. I feel bad for you, but you don't threaten me, because this movie's happening, all right? So let's just calm down and try to be friends again.
Oh, absolutely, Slick. Forgive and forget. Namaste.
While Michael insists that he had nothing to do with Molly's death, Devin Weston either doesn't believe him or doesn't care. And instead, Devin actually shows up at the premiere for the movie to tell Michael that Amanda and Tracy aren't safe.
Hey, hope I'm not too late. I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Devin, the fuck are you doing here?
Hey, what a movie, huh? Meltdown. Congratulations, Mikey. We did it. Hey, let's get a picture, huh? You, me, the proud producer. Such a pleasure working with you. You see, I was here, unlike your wife. Seems to be stuck at home.
You twisted fuck! You're a dead man! Let's go, Jim, come on!
So in a panic, Michael rushes home with Jimmy and clears his house of Merryweather, who are trying to kidnap or possibly kill Amanda and Tracy.
Got you, you dick.
It's gonna be all right.
No, it's not. What was that? Someone there? I'm gonna start shooting. Fuck.
Yeah, you like that, don't you, huh? Take it off.
Get the fuck off me!
I thought I was on that guy.
So you sit on his face?
It's called teabagging. I really fucked him up good, though, huh?
All right, listen, I'm gonna make a call. It's all gonna be okay. Stay put.
With most of the subplots reaching a tipping point, It's time for GTA 5's big finale, so the crew gets to planning the big score. At this point, Michael and Trevor just want to do this heist so they never see each other again, and Lester lays out the players' 2 potential options.
Enough! Thank you! Okay, this is it. Well, we have 2 options. They're both a little, out there, but then again, what do you expect? Okay, option 1. We hijack their armored cars. We take the crews hostage, and then we infiltrate the depository. Now, once you're in there and you've got the score, we send in a team of modded cars. You load up, you get out. And we'll need to infiltrate the transportation grid and manipulate it to aid our escape. But option 2, we cause a distraction out front. Make them think we're dumb.
Well, we've never had a problem convincing people of that, have we?
The other guys will be drilling, taking what they can. You're gonna be the distraction.
Always the attention seeker. You know, for a guy who's always stepping on his friends to get ahead, he has an unfortunately low sense of self-worth.
Okay, let me show you the board.
After the player decides how they want to approach the heist, either by breaking in using the group sex vans and escaping with 4 muscle cars, or maybe choosing approach B and going in loud and obvious, by blowing a hole in the wall and stealing the gold with a helicopter, the player is free to start the final heist. For me personally, the big score absolutely lives up to the hype and its name. Not just from a gameplay perspective, but also a story perspective, especially if you choose option A, in my opinion. From hijacking the group sex van to maybe not even being let past security.
Don't do anything stupid. Go, pal.
Authorization? Good. 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 Access is good. Courtesy escort is go.
The sneaking in, the hacking to get out, the shootout, and then of course the getaway. I think it's definitely the most action-packed heist out of all of them. From a story perspective though, it mostly goes off without a hitch, and the group ends up taking $200 million worth of gold. In the final cutscene of the heist, we learn that the characters won't be getting their money straight away, because Lester needs to melt down the gold. And while the final heist may be complete, the story definitely isn't, as at this point, all 3 characters are extremely heated, with Franklin eventually saying he needs to go take a breather.
I don't want to ask a dumb question here, but where's the metal?
I've got it on lockdown for a few days while I'm waiting for the go-ahead to melt it and move it.
Where?
Where? Exactly. Where is just the point. Let's say somebody gets pinched, well then where is the evidence? Or if anyone gets any silly ideas, then they'll just be futile.
So we can take it easy, knowing that it's gonna be a few days before Judas here shows his true colors.
Really? Now?
Yeah, now, sugar.
Why don't you take a moment while you're sitting on that big fat pile of cash to chill the fuck out and realize what's done is done?
Whatever you say.
Well, this is a good time.
That's
This fucking fuck you, man!
Hey! God, for a couple of Midwest stick-up artists, you guys sure have become a pair of whiny West Coast douchebags!
What the fuck is wrong with the West Coast?
Oh, nothing. I love it here. Everyone's so numbed by the sun that if you use a 3-syllable word, they think you're a professor.
Man, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you, you high and mighty weasel! And you don't talk down them to these fucking idiots!
Hey! Leave Lester alone!
Oh, you and Lester together? Oh, now that makes fucking sense!
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. You all are assholes. Man, I gotta go calm down, homie. This shit was real illuminating.
Franklin, sorry. Come on back, have a beer or something.
Once Franklin gets back to his house though, he finds Devin Weston at his door. While Steve and Dave want Franklin to kill Trevor, Devin Weston wants Franklin to kill Michael for, well, partially being responsible for getting his assistant killed and ruining his plan to make a ton of money from the movie studio.
Am I supposed to kill you now?
Oh, no, bro. Not me.
Nah.
Oh, yeah.
But that's my boy.
Yeah,
but that's my boy. He has betrayed everyone he's ever known. He's got you involved with the federal government, and he's messed up several business ventures of mine. He has got to go. And you know what? I'd like to say that this isn't personal, but it is personal.
But the feds, man, the feds have told me to kill Trevor, and I obviously can't kill them both.
The feds, Steve Haynes, Dave Norton. I own shopping malls. I would not employ those two clowns in. And I make one phone call, their careers, they are over. So you're gonna A, listen to some 50 grand a year pension hunter, or B, a billionaire, who even the president lets finger his wife, or C, try and be really stupid and save those two idiot mentors of yours and have everybody in the goddamn state crawling up your ass. A, B, or C. Time's ticking, pal. Beep, beep, beep. And your answer is...
Man, you know what? Man, fuck you.
Genius answer, pal. Total genius, but time is running. You think about it. Me, I got a triathlon coming up, and I am in deep training. Bye-bye.
Man, fuck you.
So now Franklin is left with three options. Kill Trevor, kill Michael, or Death Wish. Now we'll go through all three possible endings for GTA 5, but we're going to cover Death Wish first. Because GTA Online has confirmed that this is the canon ending, and honestly, it's just the ending that makes the most sense. In the mission, The Third Way, we wrap up pretty much every loose end in the story in the one mission. This is probably the biggest mission in the game, and definitely the most action-packed. The mission starts off with Franklin actually going to Lester to see what he should do, because he only has two options, kill Michael or kill Trevor. And Lester's answer, well...
I don't know what the fuck to do right now.
Well, I can see that. Who are the motherfuckers?
Steve Haynes, this angry motherfucker from the FIB, Devin Weston, man, you know the
that angry rich fucker from whatever hole he hibernates in.
Exactly.
All right. I say, kill Michael, then kill Trevor.
Man, are you for real?
But after putting a little bit more thought into it, Lester comes up with a better plan. Franklin needs to get both Devin Weston and Steve Haynes off his back. So Lester's plan is to get both of them in the same spot. The plan is to take out a lot of Devin Weston's men and a lot of Steve Haynes' men so that it leaves both of them a bit more exposed. So Franklin picks up Lamar while Lester gets Michael and Trevor, and Franklin and Lamar head out to the foundry. Once they get there though, they find Michael and Trevor ready to kill each other.
God, hey man, what the fuck am I doing risking my ass trying to save y'all ass if we just gonna kill each other?
Hey, you're not saving me, you're saving him.
Ah, you're saving this fat fuck.
Man, y'all gotta keep y'all fucking heads right and end this shit. If not, man, I'll put bullets in both of you motherfuckers. Hey, they here?
I know them when I see them, homie. They creep.
All right, good. Y'all hear that? Now, if we're doing this shit, man, it's either now or never.
Come on, Trevor.
Fuck it!
After a massive shootout with both the FIB as well as Merryweather, the crew eliminates a big chunk of their forces and decide that now is the best time to take out, well, all of the four main villains in the game up to this point. Steve Haynes, Wei Cheng, Stretch, and Devin Weston.
Looks like we did it.
Shit, for now.
Yeah, exactly, for now.
So, what's next, huh? We're just gonna wait around till someone kills us, or are we gonna wait until this fucker gets turned again?
Fight me. Ain't anybody getting turned again, and you know it.
Hey, man, the way I see it, we only just begun to clean this shit up. We got a lot of old friends I think need to be re-educated.
A lot of friends. I mean, things could get really messy.
No, we just gotta silence a few noisy people.
Hell yeah, let me see. There's,
Steve Haynes.
Dave Norton.
No, we need him alive.
Why?
So nobody fucks with us afterwards.
What about that triad motherfucker? The one that think you two boys is dating? Shit, you know he bound to come back.
Yep, there's that.
Well, who's the guy who set up Lamar?
Stretch, we want to throw him in?
Shit, Trevor will throw anyone in just to satisfy his bloodlust.
Whoa! Hey! It's called a fucking loose end, all right? Now, if we're gonna be men of peace and tranquility, we tie up loose ends.
Man, Stretch has been a liability.
They were gonna have to take care of our old pals Devin Weston and Steve Haynes.
Oh, fuck, what a mess, man.
Well, let's get it cleaned up. How about you get Lester on the line?
Who is this? Stop calling this number.
Hey, it's me, dawg.
You're alive. I thought someone might have your phone.
Nah, but look, I got you on speakerphone.
Oh, did Mike make it?
Yeah, I'm here.
And the other one?
See you putting the ground, Wheels.
Uh-huh. You, just calling for a chat?
No, we got some work to do. Can you get us some whereabouts?
Oh, I'll do my best. Who?
Steve Haynes to start.
And Devin Weston's ass.
And Wei Cheng. W-E-I-C-H-E-N-G. Wei Cheng. And Franklin's pal, Stretch.
Huh. Stretch?
Yeah, man, look, his real name is Harold Joseph.
Okay, well, I can tell you that Agent Haynes is taping a show over on Del Perro Pier. Shooting permit came up immediately.
Shut it! I wanted to ice that fucker since the moment I met him.
All right. I got a signal from Mr. Harold Joseph's phone over at the B.J. Smith Recreation Center.
No, I got him. Let's keep him clear of known associates.
All right, thanks, dawg.
You got it.
What you got for me?
Tao Cheng's credit card just bought a Magnum at the beach club in Pacific Bluffs.
Okay, I'll go ask his ass about his punk-ass dad.
When I find Mr. Weston, I'll send the coordinates.
All right, good.
So, with everyone's location, Franklin heads out to take care of Wei Cheng, Trevor heads out to kill Steve Haynes, and Michael goes to kill Stretch. This is a really interesting part of the story, let's just say that. 3 of these main antagonists that we've been trying to kill or avoid for most of the story at this point, well, now in this mission, we're able to just drive up to them and kill them. You definitely wouldn't be mistaken for thinking that this is incredibly rushed, and most people online over the years have tended to agree that this final mission is extremely rushed. For me personally, I don't have a problem with this ending necessarily. It makes sense that the characters would take out these 3 villains. But the main issue is that it doesn't quite feel earned. It feels like there needs to be a few missions leading up to this for each individual villain. I feel like there needs to be 5 or 10 more missions specifically dedicated to taking out these bad guys. But instead, for whatever reason, it all happens in the sequence of about 5 or 10 minutes. Whether that was, again, Rockstar being rushed for timing, we don't exactly know, and we probably never will. But anyway, those 3 characters are dead now, and Trevor heads out to get the final villain, Devin Weston. After taking out a bunch of Merryweather at Devin's house, and kidnapping Devin from his pool, the crew regroups for one final goodbye. And that is GTA 5. Well, kinda. We still have 2 other endings to go over.
I picked C. Ain't that a bitch?
You know, Devin, the way I see it, and hey, I'm no intelligent businessman like you, but the way I see it, there's 2 great evils that bedevil American capitalism, the type that you practice. Number 1 is outsourcing. You paid a private company to do your dirty work for you, and then you underpaid that company because you thought you were big enough and bad enough that you didn't have to play by the rules. Oh, number 2. Offshoring your profits.
Offshore?
Oh, it's horrible. You wouldn't want to be sent offshore just to save a little money, would you, T?
No,
Franklin?
I wouldn't.
Oh, nah, I ain't
Would you
going
want?
nowhere.
No, see, but we know your opinions on the matter, Devin. Keep your problems the fuck out of America, huh?
In this instance, when he puts it like that, it makes sense.
Of course it does. Hey, Devin. Goodbye, my old friend. Thanks for all the advice.
Bye-bye.
So now what?
Now we keep a low profile and get on with our lives.
As friends?
Well, do I have a choice?
No, not really.
All right, then. As, flawed, awful, totally uncomfortable, and poorly matched friends. Absolutely.
Oh, that's perfect. Then we can get back to the kind of capitalism we practice.
Shit, I don't know how much more better that is than Devin's kind.
Ooh, hypocrisy, Franklin. Civilization's greatest virtue.
Jesus, your therapist has a lot to answer for.
I know, I still hate myself. But hey, at least I know the words for it now.
Yeah, but I hate you, and I know the words for it. So does that mean I don't have to go to therapy?
Look, man, you 2 motherfuckers terrify me of that middle age. I'm good.
You're right to be afraid, Franklin.
Yeah.
Be very afraid, Franklin. Tell you one thing, T. I'm getting too old for this nonsense. Oh.
Remember, Franklin had two other options, kill Trevor or kill Michael. So let's go over those real quick, and why I don't like them. Let's start off with something sensible, the mission where we kill Trevor. In this mission, Franklin confronts Trevor, trying to kill him, but Trevor escapes. Anyway, a massive chase ensues, culminating with Michael ramming Trevor into a tanker, and then either Michael or Franklin putting the final shot into Trevor, killing him. For me, this mission kinda goes against what Franklin is against, and definitely goes against what we learned about Michael so far throughout the story. So let's start with Franklin himself. In the mission, Trevor says he was always nice to Franklin, and he treated him right. And Franklin even agrees to this.
See, I like you. You scare the shit out of me sometimes. You creep me the fuck out. But the way I see it, the way anyone normal would see it, not that any of this shit is normal, man, you gonna get us all fucking killed.
You gonna whack me? Huh? Me? I ain't been nothing but straight and true with you.
I'm sorry, man. Yeah, you have been true with me. But the truth ain't what I'm interested in.
You fucking Judas! You're just like him!
Everything we know about Franklin up to this point shows that he's actually a loyal person, and it just doesn't make any sense that he would turn on Trevor just because Steve Haynes wants him to. And we haven't even got into Michael yet and his involvement in this mission. Michael shows up to ram Trevor off the road and even kills him if Franklin doesn't, which isn't completely unbelievable. After all, Michael did shoot at Trevor in Bury the Hatchet, trying to kill him. But I'm also have an issue with what Michael says after he kills Trevor, and that's when he tells Franklin that surviving is winning.
Hey, it's certainly been an education.
Surviving is winning, Franklin. Everything else is bullshit. Fairy tales spun by people afraid to look life in the eye. Whatever it takes, kid.
This doesn't line up with Michael at this point in the story. This lines up with how Michael was at the start of GTA 5. At the very start of the Los Santos section of GTA 5's story, Michael has retired and he's convinced himself that he's won by getting out of the game. But throughout the entire story, Michael, while he's still an arsehole for sure, goes on a journey to realize that surviving isn't winning, and there's more to life than just being alive. The entire point of Michael's character arc is him realizing that his family is incredibly important, and that having something you're passionate about, making a difference in the world, is what's fulfilling. And this is never more apparent than it is in the mission where Franklin actually kills Michael. So let's go to that mission now. If Franklin chooses to kill Michael for Devin Weston, in the opening cutscene, we see that Michael is finally fulfilled.
Seem kind of agitated.
Man, shit ain't good right now.
I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, shit. Hold on. Hey, baby, what's up? Really? Tracy? College? Our Tracy? Real college? You gotta be kidding me. That's great. All right, well, hey, listen, let me talk to you a little later, all right? Yeah, I just gotta wrap up some business here. All right, bye. Amanda. Says she wants me to bring you around the house sometime for dinner. One of these nights, huh? Fuck. I mean, I don't know what I did to deserve this motherfucking luck. Got my kids back, my wife, and a job that I love. I mean, I made it. We made it. You and me, bro. What?
I like you, dog, and you know this. I risked everything for your ass, dog.
What is this?
Look, man. Me and you know this shit ain't over, dog. We both realists.
The fuck is this? You? You came here to fucking clip me? You? Fuck!
Which pretty much goes against everything that he said in the cutscene before. Anyway, if we go ahead with this mission, Franklin will eventually kill Michael, of course, which yet again is just something that we have learned Franklin wouldn't do. Kill his own mentor purely because a rich billionaire wants him to? It doesn't make any sense, and Franklin could have done this multiple times before throughout the story, but didn't. See, I don't know if I'm in the minority here, but I hate how some games handle multiple endings. I think the perfect way to handle multiple endings is actually something like Red Dead Redemption 2, where, spoilers, at the end of Chapter 6, Arthur dies, no matter what. The way he dies is slightly different, but the outcome is still the same. See, the problem with GTA 5's multiple endings is that mainly option A and B completely go against what we know about the characters at that point, with the only ending that makes any sort of sense being Death Wish, where we kill everyone. But even that ending is kind of rushed. So what do I think of the story of GTA 5? What have we learned? Well, first, I think we need to learn that we need to discard option A and B, because we know that option C is canon. But overall, I think GTA 5's story is a lot better than most people give it credit for. And the only real part of the story I have any sort of issue with is the ending itself and how rushed it seems. Not even the fact that it doesn't feel right, just the fact that it happens a bit too quick. GTA 5's story did something that GTA really never tried to do before. It took 3 different characters with 3 different backgrounds and tried to make it work. And for the most part, I really think it did. We see Franklin going from someone who wants to make something of his life, someone who feels completely stuck and held down by those around him, to someone that actually made it out. We see Michael going from someone who is completely unsatisfied with his life and not knowing what the point of living is anymore, to a man who realizes what's important, his passion and his family. And Trevor, while he seems like a deranged psycho, which, he probably is, he also learns what's really important to him. And despite the countless opportunities he has throughout the story, his loyalty never actually wavers, and he always shows up for his friends when he needs to. GTA 5's story cops a lot of criticism, but really the only criticism I have with the story is that we didn't get more of it. And let me explain for a second. Not only does the end feel rushed, like I mentioned, but because of how many storylines Rockstar is trying to juggle, and they're trying to keep it in roughly a 30 to 40 hour story, it becomes a bit all over the place. And for most players, because there are so many different storylines, whether it's Franklin dealing with Stretch, the entire FIB IAA situation, whether it's Trevor trying to expand his business, the relationship between Trevor and Michael, Devin Weston jumping into all of this. Because there are so many of these different storylines, the player can sometimes start one of the storylines at one point and then not get another mission for that storyline until like 5 hours later. And by that point, you kind of forget everything about what was happening with that one storyline and have no clue what's going on, leading to a lot of it seeming rushed and undercooked. For example, I think the Franklin storyline with Lamar and Stretch is insanely underdeveloped. I feel like we needed a lot more time, because I would argue that 90% of players who play through this story don't really know who Stretch is. Anyway, to wrap up the entire story analysis, I know we're going on 3 hours with this video so far, so I'll keep this part succinct. GTA 5's story is quite good, and the messages within each individual character arc is great. But because of how many storylines and characters the game tries to juggle, it doesn't successfully get to wrap those up in the time that it needs, and it also lacks the time and depth that it needs to go in depth on each of these individual stories, which leads to a lot of the story feeling a lot more surface level than something like GTA 4 or San Andreas, where we really get more time to go in depth with each individual character. To wrap this extremely long video up, I hope this video has taught you something about GTA 5's story. And at the very least, I hope you know a little bit more about what goes on during this game than you did before you clicked on this video. GTA 5, well, quite clearly isn't perfect. It's one of my favorite games ever, and playing through the story again in 2025 has just reaffirmed that. While no one should look to GTA 5 for life advice, playing through the story again reminded me of a few positive traits that I could use more in my own life. Being loyal to friends, even when it seems impossible. If we look at Franklin, never settle, always aspire to do more and reach your potential. And from Michael, we can learn that family is incredibly important and doing what you love, instead of sitting by wasting your years while the world passes you by. But yeah, I don't think we should kill hundreds of people while doing that. If you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more stuff like this, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!